10p for the guy, mister.
You what?
10p for the guy.
10p?
It's inflation, isn't it? I can't help it.
You know what you can do, don't you?
All right, 5 then.
Get this guy out of here, or I'll warm you from the backside. Mind, love. Car. Flipping kids.
They're a plague, them kids. They want throttling.
They want to do away with Guy Fawkes.
They did.
I never heard about it. They're always talking about it, but they do now.
He was hanged, drawn and quartered, was Guy Fawkes, about 1,000 years ago. And the bits that they had left, they either burned it or stuck it up on railings. Oh, they did away with him, definitely.
You're still a sort of little self, aren't you?
Well, you know me, Stan. Always cheerful. Even if it is the 3rd time in a row I've had to change my night off. I mean, what does it matter? I have no social life, so to speak of. My life revolves around this pub. It's just a living death to me any time I'm not behind this bar. Oh, aye.
I'm sorry, Miss Lynch. I didn't realise it was such a great inconvenience. Now, merely say the word and I'll cancel all my arrangements. I'll put Mr. Beaumont off. You only have to say the word. And how are you, Mr. Ogden? Feeling quite well, I hope? Now, I must inform all my long-lost relatives, high or low, that if they want to look me up, they must suit a time that will be right for the convenience of my staff. I'll put it in the paper. I'll take half a page.
All right, Mrs. Walker. Have a nice time, won't you?
As long as I have your blessing, Miss Lynch. Bye, Eck. It's a good job I know where to look, isn't it?
You're looking to find me. I've just come in.
They've only just opened.
Cough, cough. You've not bought anything from Marianne's Fashions by any chance, have you, Hilda?
Yes, I have, as a matter of fact.
I bet you wouldn't show us what it was, even if we twisted your arm.
Oh, well, it's only a little dress, not special, you know. I just happen to have some spare cash.
Go on, then.
It's for winning the competition, you know, the second honeymoon prize.
Tell me, Hilda, do you think it's going to be any better second time round?
Well, how would I know? First time round with the biggest non-event in history, and second looks like going same road. Although, mind you, I did get a bit of brass with this one.
That was spending money.
Correct, so I've spent it.
Hey, Hilda, that's a very nice frock, is that?
Well, of course it's a very nice frock.
No, what I mean is, who helped you to buy it?
What do you mean?
I keep telling people you get some smashing bargains at that thrift shop. No, honestly, Hilda, it's lovely.
Let's just leave a bad pub where a man can get a quiet drink, not Miami modes. Take it home.
I want £1 off you.
What?
For the chippy.
You had 25 quid in your purse.
I had more than 25 quid, but not for your tea.
Oh, well, it's worth it. Get rid of it. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Got a very gracious way with him, I'll stand.
Marvellous, isn't it? She goes around in posh frocks. I've come down to chip butties.
Chip butties, you love them. They caviar to you.
Caviar would be wasted on you.
Yeah, so will that frock.
Hiya.
Hi.
Oh, it's all right, love. I'll shift it. Just give me a minute, will you?
I didn't say no.
Is there a cup of tea?
No, you'll have to put kettle on.
Oh, do you ever have it, your hands like go all numb?
Circulation, that.
Right. Been like that all day. They look like bits of potato.
I've got doctor.
Well, if they go dead all the way up to the elbow, happen I will. Fancy a cup? Hey? I said you fancy a cup.
Flaming thing.
Hey, hey, hey. What's that about?
Well, why won't it go right?
Mind your finger with that needle. Now, what they do to you, eh?
I'm sorry, Ray. Just go away a minute.
How can I go away?
Just go and make you a cup of tea. It's all right.
It's not all right, is it, love? Now, come on, tell me. Why do you feel like this?
Oh, it isn't anything.
Oh, don't be daft.
Not
Come on.
being daft.
Well, what's the matter?
Nothing. Just go and make you a cup of tea.
Now, Luke, you've been like this for... Well, it's going on, love. It's time you went to see the doctor.
Okay. I don't think I've got you anything in for your tea when you go round to Rena's.
Okay, but see the doctor, will you? He'll just give you a little pill and everything will be fine.
I'm all right, love. I'm not going round with flaming pills up to here like a junkie.
It's that bloke, innit? He's the one who's funny in the head. He's the one who wants to see the doctor.
Yeah, well, that me will, but you can't let it ruin your life, love. In fact, I sometimes wonder if in some ways you haven't turned against me.
Oh, I can't explain it, but it's not that.
Well, it works out like that, doesn't it? In some ways.
I don't think you could ever understand unless it happened to you. Of course, it's not going to, is it? Because you're a fella.
Well, I'll have to look after myself, that's all. Mrs. W's off on the razzle.
Oh, with a posh friend.
Aye, we're in marine insurance, you know.
Oh, yes, I know. She wasn't in all that long, but I know enough about him to write a book. He's one of the Beaumonts.
Off Clitheroe.
Ravioli.
Just the job, really.
It's wonderful, isn't it, ravioli? It comes all complete in tin, a bit like baked beans, only not as boring.
I like it.
Well, of course, mind you, Archie Beamish was a fella.
Archie what?
Well, you've never heard of Archie Beamish? Oh, he was very well known round here. Kids at street used to sing a song about Archie Beamish, you know. I reckon he was the only fella that had a name that would rhyme with squeamish. But he was well known as a domino player.
Hey, well, you must be going back a bit, though.
Oh, I am. I'm going back into legends now.
Hey, fancy a game tonight?
Yeah, we're just talking about it.
Right, I'll be there.
Righto. Well, up now Ken's doing notes, so we'll make a four.
You're on.
See you.
Ta-ra.
Because, mind you, our Ken isn't what is exactly known as an educated domino player. Well, don't let me stand in your way.
Oh, you're not holding me up. Carry on.
Oh, don't worry about me. I'm here all night.
Well, isn't that what you want, Albert?
No, I never followed you in.
I followed you in.
Well, you great big daft lump.
Oh, you have some room to talk. Sorry about that, love.
Right.
Sorry, love.
Okay.
After you, Albert.
I can play dominoes, you know.
We've already got a four.
Just thought I'd go through and put myself a tin or something on, Mrs. Walker.
Yes, go ahead.
Can you not make up your mind?
Now, you're a man, Fred.
Like to think so.
Well, which?
Well, as you say, I'm a man. Both suit me.
You don't think they're a little on the formal side?
Well, no, as I say, either.
You know, Fred, my entire wardrobe, such as it is, tends to the formal. Maybe too much.
Well, if you ever go to meet Her Majesty, you won't be scruffy.
No. You see, what it is really is the aftermath.
The aftermath? I thought that was an Irish boozer on a Sunday morning.
It's the result of my term of office, you see, when I had to have a new outfit for every day of the week of the month, practically.
Well, you would, Mrs. Walker.
But now, of course, you see that I'm free of that responsibility, thankfully, well. I don't want to go everywhere looking like a lady mayoress.
Oh, I'm sure you don't, Mrs. Walker.
But I do want to put Charles at his ease.
I'm sure you do, Mrs. Walker.
Well, seeing my prince as Miss Lady's white stallion again, I think he'll go to badminton.
Oh, aye.
Well, your Deirdre used to go, didn't she? You think she'll fancy it tonight?
To be honest with you, I doubt it. On the other hand, yeah. Might be a good idea. She's been a bit low lately. On your way, call in.
Oh, right, I will. Second honeymoon? Second Battle of Alamein, more like.
I didn't like that crack in the Rovers either.
What crack in the
Of
rovers?
the honeymoon. Biggest non-event in history, you said.
Oh, did I?
I want to know what you mean.
Well, I'm not far wrong, am I? 48 hours you had, and you spent most of them falling over. We never even had an honeymoon.
That's not the idea you gave them.
What idea did I give them?
You know perfectly well.
Oh, don't be so touchy.
Touchy? I'm not touchy. Many a man will clip you around the ear hole for that crack, I'll tell you.
Oh, would they?
Yeah, and that thing, too. And don't mind the throwing of dustbins. I'll waste some money.
You arm that frock and I'll take that poker and separate your ears.
I don't care. I want my tea on that table and I want it now.
Well, you know where it is, in the kitchen. I've had mine. I'm fed up running round skivvying for you, Stanley Elton, and I tell you this, if I have to go on that second honeymoon on my own, it's divorce next stop.
Divorce first stop? What are you talking about?
I'm not talking about it. I'm telling you.
Well, I'd say the lady was comfortably ahead on points.
She has been for 30 years. Mind you, he could always connect, you know, with a lucky punch. It all adds to the interest.
Regular fixture, is it?
When I bought this shop, they came in as part of the fittings and goodwill.
As a plus or a minus?
Plus, definitely. They're very good for trade. There's a lot of my customers would rather listen to that than go and watch wrestling at Bellevue. It's 25p if you want to stop, you know.
Oh, well, it'll have to be some other time, I'm afraid. No, actually, I just came in for a box of chocolates.
Who's the lucky lady?
Oh, not a lucky lady, really. Just that she's been very kind to me. Your neighbour, as a matter of fact, the lady who runs a business at the other end of the street.
Ah, thought it might be.
Oh, really?
Well, let's say you can't walk down this street without your comings and goings going on record.
I see. Well, in that case, perhaps you can tell me the sort of chocolate she likes.
Are you asking my advice?
I am. You were saying?
Well, I'd forget the chocolates. Hello, Al. I would, really.
Is she not fond?
Too fond, like us all. But I do happen to know that she got a very lovely box of chocolates from his son last week. Didn't she, Alf? Mrs. Walker?
Aye, kittens up box, everything.
You see, it's that bottom layer. It's nothing but temptation when you're watching your weight.
I see. Well, in that case, perhaps you could suggest an alternative.
Well, she's quite a connoisseur of wine.
Well, that's surely verging on Coles to Newcastle, isn't it?
Oh, no, I mean the decent stuff. I mean, she only sells cheap plonk. And no, she wouldn't mind me saying that.
Oh, no, no.
Well, what do you suggest? I'm entirely in your hands.
Well, there's a very good bottle of Italian wine here, isn't there, Alf?
Mm-hmm.
And then this French one. This has got a posh label. It's £2.37.
That sounds splendid.
Take it?
Yeah, I've tried that myself. It's very good. We've not been in trouble with greenfly since.
Don't be daft. This is vintage wine, this.
I'm sorry. You'll have to put it back on the shelf. I've not got it on me. Very embarrassing, isn't it?
Oh, I've done that many a time. Come out, we out, you know.
Well, I could take a cheque.
I've not even got my checkbook. I'm wearing the wrong suit.
Well, I can take Mrs. Walker's recommendation. Let's put it this way. You'll not be the only one settling up with me on Friday. There'll be plenty more.
That really is very civil of you. Thank you very much. And I'll settle with you before Friday. Good morning.
Bye.
Cheerio.
Goodbye.
Just imagine Annie Walker's face if I told her that a genuine Beaumont of Clitheroe had come into my shop and nailed it by starting a slate.
Hey, don't ever tell her. Well, that's it then, isn't it, Albert? Well, go on, it's all you can do, isn't it?
Look, we'll have no barracking from spectators.
Thank you very much.
Lou's are getting him in.
No, I better get him.
No, I'll get him. He'll not talk to me otherwise.
Oh,
Well, here I am.
Larger than life?
Only slightly, despite the diet, but still I'm trying. Now, if any gentleman can raise a nice smile and the price of a gin and tonic, I am ready for a good time. No takers.
I know just how you feel, kid. Gin and tea.
Yeah, only I can't afford it.
Hey, look, I'd have taken you out on town, you know, showing you the bright lights and everything. But it's be domino night.
Thank you, Sir Galahad.
It's for sake of something to do, really.
I don't fancy it, Rena.
Oh, you will when you get there. They're a funny lot, aren't they?
Come on, love, why not?
Because I don't feel like it, that's why not.
Well, it's when you don't feel like it that you enjoy it the most. You get sluggish and then you don't feel like anything.
I don't feel sluggish.
Just thought you'd enjoy it, that's all.
Everybody wants me to do something.
What's up, love? It's only your company I'm asking for. Okay.
I'm sorry, Rena. I just don't feel up to it.
Well, it's up to you. Anyway, I'm best be getting off, though. I don't want to be running, not in this lot. I'm dressed, you see, for afterwards to keep warm. It's all right, this badminton lark, but after it you sweat. Then you catch pneumonia, and on the way home you die.
Aye, I don't overdo it, you know.
Hey, she wants cheering up, doesn't she?
You could say.
Ta-ra.
Ta-ra. You didn't have to snap her head off.
No.
You know you've not been out of this house for 2 days.
There's been nowhere in particular I felt like going.
Yeah, well, it's not doing you any good. Tomorrow you're coming with me. You're coming to work.
Oh, don't be daft, Ray.
I'm serious.
What about Tracy?
Bring her with you.
Oh, yeah, put the playpen up in the yard. Leonard loved that.
Len can lump it. Penny Road. He's not going to be there. Come on, what do you say?
All right, love. All right.
know what I mean? I can't put it across, but you see my point, don't you?
Well, to tell you the truth, Stanley, no. I mean, why can't you go on a second honeymoon? It won't cost you anything.
Well, I'd fit the book, wouldn't I?
I don't see why.
Well, in those posh hotels, you know.
Five-star treatment doesn't suit you, eh?
Well, it's all right for them as likes it. You know what I mean? Well, you know what I mean, don't you?
Come on, Kenneth, we're waiting for you. I know you've got a fight.
All that malarkey, they put a bowl down and no spoon, then half a dozen forks, and stand and watch you make a fool of yourself.
Yeah, you're right there, Stanley, about all that malarkey. That's just to put down the working class.
That's what I'm saying, isn't it?
Yes, there's a lot of truth in what you say there, Frederick.
Man, you the women folk, they're different. They take it seriously, you know. Now, Mrs. Walker, she's going out tonight. There'll be all them waiters doing that pommy flip bit and that, you know. She'll be chucked as little mint balls.
Hey, are you playing or not?
You've got to humour them, you see. I'm knocking anyway. You hear me?
Come on, you'll get that.
Hello, Cock. I'll tell you here.
Thank you.
Hey, see that fella there?
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh, that's all right.
I bet he knows those forks.
Oh, no danger.
Charles, I'm so sorry. Bert shouldn't have left you standing here. Bert, why didn't you bring Mr. Beaumont through?
I thought you might have been in your underskirt.
And it's perfectly all right. It'd be a very strange man who objected to standing in this bar, especially with such pleasant company.
Nevertheless, come through for a glass of sherry.
So, Anne, I'm beginning to think you're ashamed of me. You trying to hide me from your friends.
I see.
Now, it was Cousin Edward who was the black sheep, you know. Yes, we do have a black sheep.
I don't remember Cousin Edward.
Very conveniently forgotten his Cousin Edward. He was hanged.
He was not hanged, Charles.
Well, he should have been. He defrauded people out of millions. Dollars, that is, not pounds. And even then, I think they exaggerate. Anyway, this is a long time ago in Canada. The Mounties got him in the end.
I think you're making all this up.
Come on, now introduce me to your friends.
Well, I think I can class myself as that, can't I, Annie? We have met. Alf Roberts.
Mr. Roberts is on the council.
Hey, don't drag up all my crimes, Annie.
He was the last mayor of Weatherfield. Never be another.
Really?
Annie was my murderess.
She was... You never mentioned this.
Yeah, she wouldn't have taken long.
And this is Mr. Tetlock, our senior comedian.
I'm delighted to meet you, although I've got no claim to fame.
Oh, Vimy Ridge and the military medal, that's fame enough.
How do you do, Mr. Tatlock?
I still keep living.
You seem to be doing very well. Lancashire Fusiliers, was it?
Ah, that's right. You know, you settled an argument for us.
I have?
Yeah, you proved the Beaumonts of Clitheroe do exist. Some of us began to have doubts, you know. We thought you were like unicorns.
Horribly real, I'm afraid, and a great many of us.
And this is our local intellectual, Kenneth Barlow.
Oh, that just means that I can spell around here. How do you do?
Great pleasure to meet you.
And Fred, you have met.
Yes, indeed. Hello, Bob. But I've not been introduced to this lady.
Oh, well now, this is a very old friend. A very old friend indeed.
Steady on, Chuck.
Mrs. Howard, Charles.
How do you do?
How do you do?
Well, this is all extremely pleasant, but I think we get on a lot better with a drink in our hands.
No. Bert, please see that everybody has a drink.
Right. Have you lost something?
No, it's quite all right.
What is it, Charles?
I've got a pair of glasses. I only use them for reading.
A number of times I mislay my reading glasses. You see, if I wore them all the time, it would be all right. I'd wear them on a ribbon round my neck, but I don't. That reminds me, something I must see to. Will you excuse me?
So, Mrs. Walker, does the rounding close down?
Unfortunately, yes. Oh, and afterwards, ask Mr. Beaumont to come through, will you, dear? Right. Oh, yes, and ask Ken and Alf as well. But nobody else.
I know what you mean.
Really, you don't say?
Oh, yes, born and bred.
You know, I would never have taken you for a native of these parts, never.
They'll come looking for us. Watch out. There's two of them. I want that blonde alive.
What's happened to the Rovers, then? It's fallen down, or what?
It's all right, this.
It's rubbish.
Nobody in the road, and he's doing a big act. She makes me sick.
Well, get down to the Flying Horse, then. You got all your pals down there, all your cronies.
You got me last quid, haven't you?
There's your change on the mantelpiece. Don't never let it be said I stop you drinking.
All right. I'll go on this honeymoon if you want me.
Oh, it doesn't matter to me, one way or the other. I mean, what's the point of going? You've got about as much romance in you as, I don't know, Tommy Deakin's donkey.
Well, it's 30 years, isn't it?
You do realise it could be another 30 year and all?
I thought you were going to divorce me.
Don't suppose they'd let me. Don't suppose they'd want you let loose on the world without a keeper.
Were you gonna die alone?
Are we going on this too?
All right, Stanley. But just promise me one thing. Even if you can't work up any romance, at least keep sober this time, eh?
Angel Eyes is mine, huh?
Now I'll show you something. Now, that's going back a few years, but do you know who that is on the left?
Hey, it's not...
It is, you know. Do you remember that?
Sissy and I and your mother's back gone. Wherever did you find it?
Oh, I've had it for years. One of the first snaps I ever took. Do you remember how that little box brownie I used to make everybody squint into the sun?
It's very obviously you, Mrs. Walker.
Do you really think so?
Oh, yes, definitely. He's right, you know.
Do you know, I'd rather like a copy.
Well, I'm sure I could get one done for you. Do you know, that seems to me only like yesterday.
Charles, I really think we ought to be going.
What? Oh, you're quite right, yes.
I'll just see that everything's all right with Bet. One must keep the staff happy.
And I must get back to the Dominoes, otherwise I'll be in the doghouse.
Aye, me and all.
Right. It's a bit embarrassing, but you're a very close friend of Anne's, aren't you?
Oh, aye.
Yeah, well, I didn't want to say anything in there, but that business with my specs, I still haven't got my checkbook.
Oh, aye. Hey, would you like to borrow a couple of quid?
Well, it's only just in case we go somewhere where they won't accept credit cards. I mean, I've noticed one or two places around here don't. I mean, I could go back to the hotel, but...
Oh, no,
you
I
know.
think I can float you. How much would you like?
20?
Well, I can manage 15.
Oh, that's very kind of you. Can you suggest anywhere we could eat?
Well, there's a lot of places you'll get out less than 15.
Mm-hmm.
Place in Samson Street. What's it called? The Navona. Very good.
Samson
I mention my
Street.
name when you go in.
Okay.
Ready, Charles?
Oh, I shall be the envy of the town.
Oh.
Albert don't seem very chirpy. Why don't you let him win?
Yeah, I do, but he doesn't know it.
I heard that. You were lucky tonight, that's all.
Trained, it's a game of skill. Oh, good night, Mr. Walker.
Have a nice time, Mr. Walker.
If you mention my name, we'll make sure you get a good service.
I think you've clicked there, kid, even if you're only common.
I'd bet he was a bit of a lad in his day and all.
He's still a real live Beaumont, and she's that chuffed with him.
Is it Len you're after?
Aye.
He's gone. Got a call to make in Swinton. How I can do?
Aye, well, just take Ways and Means is off for tonight, will you?
Ways and Means?
Yeah, committee, you know.
Oh, that one. One where chairman decides there must be some way of screwing the ratepayers and you work out the means to do it.
Yeah, more or less.
Yeah, I'll tell him. Go on, be off to your cushy number.
I better. It's wearing me out watching you work your fingers to the bone. What are you doing, waiting for Christmas?
Same thing without Ollie, the missus.
Oh, good luck. See you.
Here. Deirdre, are you coming or not? It's 9:15, you know. Come on, look at your skates on, will you?
Look, Ray, I don't think I'd better leave her. She's been whinging.
She always has a whinge first thing in the morning.
I don't think I'd better leave her.
Oh, look, lovey, it's agreed, isn't it? You said you'd come back to work just to see. It's all laid on, you know. Emily's waiting. You know how disappointed she'd be if we don't give her Tracy to look after. Probably think we've stopped trusting her again. Come on, love, please. Just for a couple of hours, see how it goes.
Yeah, you take her.
Yeah.
I'll go and get my coat.
All right, get your face on and all.
I'm all right as I am.
What are we going to do with you and Mum, eh? What are we going to do about her? Eh?
Have you taken the mail through yet?
No, I haven't. Have you?
Oh, you're in the right mood today, aren't you?
Do you mind if I issue the invitations to come in, Mrs. Ogden? It is my home when all's said and done.
Sorry, just trying to save your vocal cords.
Yes, Elizabeth, some letters for you. Oh, good. Thought the postman was going straight past us this morning.
Oh, no, they're either side of the till.
Nothing important, dear, no, nothing. I haven't told you about my delightful evening out, have I?
No.
Oh, it was charming. A little Italian restaurant in a corner behind the shopping precinct. Do you know, It was amazing. One was whisked away at the opening of a door from Weatherfield into Naples.
Oh, my brother were in Naples during war. He said it were dead scruffy.
I was speaking figuratively, Mrs. Ogden. I was talking about the flower-laden, romantic atmosphere of the Mediterranean, not the back streets frequented by the male members of your family.
Well, he said you couldn't get away from him. Dead scruffy.
Yes, well, I'll finish my story, shall I, Mrs. Ogden? And you go on with the dusting.
Yeah, right so. I've heard it.
Oh. We had cannelloni. As only the Italians can make cannelloni.
Oh, very nice.
And then we had saltim bocca. Oh, that's veal, you know.
No, I didn't, as a matter of fact.
Yes, yes. Actually, I'm quite au fait with Italian cuisine. Not that I needed to be with Charles there. He has a way with words in any language. But what really made the occasion, dear, was the service. Nothing whatever can take the place of good service. And Italian waiters are so attentive.
Did you get your bottom pinched?
No, and as it happened, I was sitting down, or perhaps I might have been favoured.
They're renowned for it, them Italians, you know.
And then I rang Charles back home to the Midlands. Secretly, I was hoping that he might have asked me in for a drink. But it was late and we were both tired. Rather nice in there. And one normally can find one or two celebrities at that time of night.
Oh, if you had gone in, there'd have been you and him, wouldn't there?
What a nice thing to say.
Me and Stan's going to a 5-star hotel.
Yes, we do know, Mrs. Ogden, you have informed us.
Yes, once every quarter of an hour.
Well, I'm only human.
I'm saying nought.
Look, it were a game of skill winning that competition, you know. You'd have never stopped if you'd have won it.
Ladies, please. Do you think upstairs, Mrs. Ogden?
Still, as Stan said in bed last night, it's no real treat for us going on a second honeymoon. We're on honeymoon all the time.
What a delightful thought.
Oh, well, he comes out with all sorts when he's had a few, bless him. Oh!
Good morning, Mrs. Ogden. I do hope I didn't frighten you.
Oh, no, it's quite all right, Mr. Beaumont. I don't mind being frightened by you any day of the week. You won't tell me husband, though, will you?
Not a word.
No.
Good morning. How is everyone?
Oh, very well, Charles. Just talking about you. I was telling Elizabeth about our evening out.
Oh, it was rather splendid, wasn't it?
What did I tell you? A way with words. Rather splendid. That's exactly what it was.
Oh.
Mrs. Ogden, I thought you were going upstairs.
Oh, yes, I was, wasn't I?
Mrs. Ogden?
Yeah?
Your duster.
Oh, yeah, forget me head if it was loose.
A ploy, so that you can come back for it and listen.
And how's Mrs. Turpin this morning? Busy as ever?
Oh, yeah. No rest for the wicked, you know.
Ah. And speaking of the wicked, of which I am one, you mentioned something about a hired car firm. Are they local?
Why do you want to hire a car?
Well, I thought I'd spend the day looking up old friends.
Actually, you don't need a hired car. You're taking the Rover.
Oh, no, I am not. I am hiring a car.
You are taking the Rover.
What do you do with her?
I've never found out.
You do what she tells you to. That's what you do with her.
Very good advice, love.
All right, in that case, I'll take it.
And I'll get back to work. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Oh, Elizabeth,
Yes.
dear, would you ask Fred to pop in?
Yes.
Do you remember Bertie's wedding? And Reg Ferguson getting it firmly fixed in his mind that the reception was at Gisborne. I remember him leading
You want me, Mrs. Walker?
Just a moment, Fred, please. Mr. Beaumont is speaking. Do go on, Charles.
No, I was only going to say I remember him leading the convoy from the church. Follow me, he said. I know the way. None of us could understand why he turned left at Blackburn Road instead of right.
It was a very strange day, but then it turned out to be a very strange marriage. Yes, Fred.
Did you say you wanted me, Mrs. Walker?
Oh, yes, yes. Would you bring up, please, a bottle of Amontillado?
Well, there's half a bottle on sideboard.
And there's half a bottle of sherry on the sideboard. What I want is the Amontillado. Only the best is good enough for the Beaumont.
Absolutely.
And right away, please, Fred.
Amontillado. Flipping Beaumonts.
Why don't you bang a few doors?
Oh.
right?
Yep. What's the matter?
Nothing. Just glad to see you back at work.
How'd it go? He just hasn't made his flaming mind up yet, has he? Me flogging all that way and all. Hello, you're back in the land of the living, are you? How are you? All right?
Yeah, all right.
Hey, by the way, Alf Roberts was looking for you. Ways and Means is off tonight.
Oh, good. I could do with an early night.
Hello, Fairclough and Langton. Oh, yeah. What is it exactly? Oh, yeah, I see. We'll be around as soon as we can. Yeah, I said as soon as we can. What's wrong? Number 11 Kitchener Street.
Cremation or burial?
You what?
You made it sound like a flipping funeral parlour. All right. I know she's a bit off colour. But life isn't that bad. Cheer up, love. You're back among the fellas.
Mr. Roberts! I owe you an apology. Never paid you back that money you so kindly lent me.
Oh, that's all right.
I'm sorry, I fully intended going to the bank this morning, but I've been round looking up old chums, and you know how time flies when one's reminiscing?
Yes, I do know.
Anyway, let me buy you a drink.
Oh, it's very kind of you.
Oh, excuse me.
Yes, Alflo.
A pint of beer.
Yes. And one for,
Yeah, whatever he has.
Right. You'll be getting yourself talked about, you know.
I can think of nothing more exciting.
My word, you're on good form tonight.
Do you know what I've been in? I've been looking up old friends, and I'll let you into a secret. They all look years older than I do.
Oh, there's nothing better. I know exactly what you mean.
Over here when you got a minute, Fred. Hello. Trying to pinch me staff, eh?
Baldwin, I do apologise. I thought the lady was unescorted.
There's your drink.
Oh, thank you very much. Here we are.
No, it's done. It's all right.
Oh, you shouldn't have done that.
Aye.
Excuse me just a moment, will you?
I'm just...
He said that exactly like you, then.
Yeah, too smooth for my liking.
It's not smooth, it's just polite. You don't have to be as common as muck to be attractive, you know.
I know, darling, just filthy rich you do, wouldn't it? Oi, Fred! Get your fat body over here, will you?
You will be in here this evening, will you?
Oh, I think so, yes.
Oh, good, because there's a small matter of, you know, I'm going to the bank this afternoon.
No hurry.
Oh, indeed there is. I wouldn't like you to think I make a habit of that sort of thing, you know.
Oh, Mr. Baldwin, I'm glad I've caught you. Just to let you know, I'll be skipping an evening's cleaning next week. My second honeymoon. Oh, never mind. It comes to us all, Hilda. Pardon? You did say second childhood, didn't you? I said second honeymoon. Oh, sorry. I bet you are.
Hey, Fred! Do you know any pubs round here where you don't have to wait half an hour for a drink?
No, not to serve big mouths like you.
What did you say, mate?
You heard me, Squire.
Oh, Fred, there's really no call.
And you can keep your toffee nose out of it and all.
What on earth is going on?
I'll tell you what's going on. I'm sick to the eye teeth of him with his do me this and do me that and him with fetch me this, bring me this and carry me that.
Do you realise you're talking to a member of my family?
Well, you can stick your flaming family and you can stick your pub.
Well, carry on drinking, please. Who's next?
You know these plans are all in metric, don't you?
No good fighting it, son. You'll have to get used to it.
What do we win the flipping war for?
We? Who's we? Where were you?
39.37 inches.
39.5 if you're buying, 39 if you're selling.
That's profiteering.
I know, but they'll all be at you, won't they? It's another bit of decimalisation, that. You know, the rich get rich and the poor get poorer.
How long will you be?
Not so long, love. We're just going to size up that Braithwaite job.
And the sooner we get started, the sooner we get back, eh?
You all right?
Hello, Fairclough and Langton.
Could we have the same again, please?
Certainly.
I was just saying to Mrs. Howard, I thought you handled that affair magnificently.
Whatever must you think of it? I mean, his behaviour was unforgivable.
Never mind, Anne. One knows things like that don't happen here every day. And don't be too hard on Fred. Obviously, there was something behind it.
Charles always was too soft-hearted.
No, I'm not being soft-hearted. I'm merely trying to be considerate. I mean, as Mrs. Howard said, that sort of behaviour is very uncharacteristic for Mr. G. You must give him the benefit of the doubt.
Yes, but whatever it was, why did he have to act like that? Why couldn't he discuss his problem? Heaven knows I'm always willing to listen.
Hi.
Go away.
You what?
Go away.
Oh, it's all right.
Go
look.
away! Go away!
All right, I'm going. It's okay.
He's a nice enough fella, but there's something about him that says, do not trust him, gentle maiden.
Yes, but would you trust him?
But he seems quite gentlemanly. You know, he has them nice little ways about him. Oh, he's full of them, kid.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, he's got same blood flowing through him as Annie Walker, which is 30% red, 20 white, until the 50% malt vinegar.
At least as a relative, you don't have to be ashamed of.
There's only one sort of relative to have, love. That's them that leave you in the will and then have the good sense to kick the bucket, like your Auntie Edie.
Oh, Reet.
Oh, you know I'm right, so stop being so rotten hypocritical. Now, if a fella walked through that door now and said his name was Littlewood, there's only one question I'd ask him. Are you out to do with football pools? And if he said no, I'd tell him to sling his hoop.
She's right, you know, and you should have had a basin full with your Auntie Edie. Never mind the relatives, it's the neighbours that count. That's what Mind you, there are exceptions to the rule, aren't there, Hilda?
Oh, if you say so, yeah.
Oh, I do. Ta-ra, girls.
See you, ta-ra.
You're all very happy this morning.
Well, you know it is, Hilda. There's always something to laugh at.
Oh, very true, that, yeah. Do you know, we've got what they call an infinity in that respect, you and me. Keep each other happy, you know.
Have we?
Oh, yeah. Do you know, she lent me a lovely dress once to go to the Gatsby.
Oh, she's a very generous person.
And I were thinking with, us being of a size, like, and having the same kind of figure, I was wondering if you had such a thing as a nice dressing gown.
A what?
A dressing gown. You know, to take to the hotel on this second honeymoon. Well, you know how they're always popping in with tea and that.
Well, what do you do now if you're caught in your nightie?
I slip my raincoat on. Mind you, you can't do that in a posh hotel, can you? Even though it is a very nice raincoat.
Tell you what I do. If I lend you my nice negligee, will you promise me something? Not to let that Len see you in it, because I had it for my honeymoon and you never know what might happen.
Yeah, I promise.
Right, good. Come round tonight, I'll sort it out for you.
Tam. Ah, isn't she good?
Excuse me, Mrs. Walker, but do you happen to have any darts with points on account that they stick in the board a bit easier, if you know what I mean?
I'm afraid those are all we have, Mr. Yates. But you're perfectly entitled to bring your own if you so wish.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Walker. Very kind of you.
Ray! Can I have a word with you?
Colin, what are you doing down this neck of the woods?
That is your wife, is it? You know, who works at your place in the office?
Yeah, why?
Well, I don't know how to put this, really. She is all right, is she?
How do you mean?
Well, I called in earlier on to have a word with you know, and she was on her own, and she kept telling me to go away. Oh, she looked scared stiff, mate. I didn't say anything. I mean, I just said hello and that, and she got very upset, like, so I left. Do you know about it?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, well, that's okay then. I mean, as long as you know about it.
Yeah, she's had a spot of trouble with a kid. You know how it is.
Oh, well, I don't, but I've been told, like... Oh, well, that's okay then. Anyway, I'll tell you what it was I wanted.
Well, can you give us a ring, Colin? I'm a bit pushed. Len, forget the drink, will you? Deirdre? Will you open the door, love? It's me. Deirdre. It's all right, love. It's all right. I'll take you home.
Yes, Mrs. Walker. What arrangements have been made about Bet, love? Oh, well, she said, would I nip down to the corner shop if we wanted her? The phone's on the blink. Well, we shall want it, shan't we? Fred being conspicuous by his absence. Would you go and tell her?
Yeah.
And get me some boiled ham while you're there?
Yes, Mrs. Walker. Do you think you'd let me have the money?
Pay when you come back, love.
Well, I'm afraid I'm down to my last 10p. I lent Mr. Beaumont £2, you see, and I've let myself a little bit short.
Mr. Beaumont? When was this?
At dinner time. He left his wallet in the Midland and, well, he wanted some petrol.
Oh. Yes, yes, all right, dear. Take the money out of the float, will you, and let me know how much it is?
Yeah, right.
Good afternoon. I wonder, could you put me through to Mr. Beaumont's room, please? Mr. Charles Beaumont. Thank you. I see. I must have been misinformed. Thank you.
Hello?
I'm in here.
Oh, what an afternoon. Busy, but most enjoyable. You know, I must be getting cynical in my old age. I'd forgotten how pleasant reviving old memories could be. Sherry?
Not for me, thank you.
Ah, I think perhaps I won't either. The sun's not yet over the yardarm anyway.
I want to talk to him.
Well, that's always very pleasant.
Not this time, I'm afraid. Why did you tell me you were staying at the Midland?
I see. Well, I suppose the short answer is that I couldn't afford it and I didn't want to admit it.
Is that why you borrowed money from Elizabeth? You didn't want it for petrol, did you? And you hadn't left your wallet at the hotel or anywhere else. You had it with you. I saw it. Is all the rest lies?
Of course not.
You sure?
Look, Anne, when one's life ceases to have any truth about it, any purpose, then you take to lies. There's something you'll never know, thank God. I mean, you had a good marriage. You've got this place to keep you busy. You'll never know what it's like to sit alone in a rather dreary boarding houses, wondering where it all went wrong, wondering why the dreams didn't come true.
They don't if you sit and wait for them.
No, I've discovered that now.
Why, Charles? Why? You had a good education. Your mother saw to that.
Oh, indeed, she did. Far too good. Yes, I was taught to talk authoritatively. Unfortunately, nobody offered me a job where all I had to do was talk. All the posts as ambassadors had been filled.
So what did you do?
I've been a ledger clerk mostly. In a series of rather sleazy offices. Oh, very well-spoken ledger clerk, earning just slightly less than the national average wage.
So you made it up by borrowing from people as badly off as yourself?
Oh, should have been paid back.
How, by borrowing from somebody else?
That's how the world gets by.
Not the whole world, Charles. Not our family.
I'm sorry to bother you. Bett'll be here in time for opening, and there's your boiled ham.
Thank you, dear. She the only one, or are there others?
A few.
I want to know how much. Not who, but how much. And when you've worked it out, I will give you a cheque which you can cash first thing in the morning. And I want everybody paid.
Thank you.
One thing your family background, your education didn't teach you, Charles. You can go away. I have to stay here. And I have a name to keep up. A very good name.
There you are. You enjoyed that, didn't you? You don't think we give her too much, do you?
Hmm?
Well, they can have weight problems, you know, even at her age.
Hey.
No, I've read about it. You get more of it these days.
Tracy's all right.
Well, you want to watch it?
You think it's time you went to work?
Not till she said ta-ra to her daddy. Come on now, let's be having you.
Oh, Ray, stop it. You make a fuss of her first thing in the morning. She expects me to play with her all day.
Why don't you take her down to the yard? She loves that, don't you? Sitting there in her pram like Lady Muck watching everything going on. It's smashing, isn't it?
No, Ray.
Why?
You know why.
All I know is you went berserk because Colin Bailey stuck his head round the office door.
I was on my own.
It was broad daylight, love. Look, I just can't understand it. I mean, a bloke like that, you've been on in the yard millions of times on your own before.
I know that.
And locking yourself in, I felt a proper Charlie in front of Len. And he weren't too chuffed neither, and can you blame him? Driving customers away like that. I don't know one that won't be back in a hurry.
You mean we've lost that job?
Oh, it's not important, love. It's you what matters. I could understand it if he'd made a pass at you or something.
I can't explain it. All I know is how I felt.
Yeah.
Will you tell Len I'm sorry?
But why don't you tell him yourself? You don't have to worry. You can get Tracy ready and come down later on. I'll be there myself all morning, so you'll not be on your own. Come on, just for a couple of hours, love.
Yeah, I'll think about it.
You see that she does, Tracy Langton.
Come on, darling. I'll see how I feel. Oh,
Well, if you don't, I shall dock both your pocket monies.
Your face wants washing.
I am so grateful to you, Fred, for coming back so quickly.
It's all right, Mrs. Walker. It was my fault. I shouldn't have walked out like that, you know, a bit hasty, but still, nobody likes to be ticked off, do they? Not in public.
Most unfortunate.
Well, I'll wait till I hear from you then, eh?
Hear from me?
Well, to find out when you want me to come back. I mean, now Mr. Beaumont's here, there won't be any rush, will there?
But I hoped you were coming back immediately.
Well, it's just a thought with Mr. Beaumont living here, he might be doing a bit, you know. I mean, he knows a few folks.
No, that's only a temporary arrangement. When he heard that I had problems, naturally came in to share them with me, but he won't be staying long.
Very good of him.
Well, I wouldn't ask him to remain here as an employee. Oh, Elizabeth, there you are. Now, Fred, I insist that you sit down and have a cup of coffee.
No, I won't. Thanks all the same, Mrs. Walker. If you want me to start today, I have a couple of things I want to do.
Right, see you later.
Yeah. Bye, Betty.
Shut up. Men, Elizabeth. Like children, aren't they? I'm afraid so. Hello, Mr. Beaumont.
Good morning, Mrs. Turvey. Not interrupting anything, I hope. You're not planning the day's work, are you?
Don't need to plan it, we just let it happen. Isn't that right, Mrs. Walker?
Yes, indeed.
Morning, Anne.
Morning, Charles. Yes, well, I'll just go and see what's what.
Mrs. Turvey, may I say how very much I admire that dress of yours?
Thank you very much.
You know, Anne, you're very fortunate with your staff.
More than I am with my relatives, apparently.
Now, look, Anne, I said that I'll repay them.
You had the chance last night, but you didn't do anything.
I thought you wanted me to do it
Well,
this
of course
week.
I do.
Well, then.
But there mustn't be any more delay.
And for heaven's sake, look, you've given me the money to pay my debts. I am going to repay them, but please allow me to choose the time.
Borrowing from my friends, people I've known for years, and they never even said a word.
Why should they?
Couldn't you have thought of my position, my standing in the community?
Look, I was borrowing the money, not you, and in any case I'd have paid them back. Really, you do make such heavy weather of everything. You did, you know, even when you were a child.
But we're not children now, are we, Charles? And we are talking about principles, integrity.
Relax. Come on, drink your coffee. No, I think I'm going to enjoy living at the Rovers.
Layman's.
Morning.
Oh, hi. You know, one of these days I'm going to get this lot sorted out.
I thought you professionals always worked to a system, knew where everything was.
Shows how wrong you can be. There we are. Now, what can I do for you?
Oh, it's that guttering again.
I thought
think.
Ray checked it.
Yeah, but they're still damp on the back bedroom wall.
In that case, you must have a couple of slates missing, or else you've got a break in your downspout. Look, I'll come round next week, eh?
Next week?
Yeah, well, I'm up to here at the moment. It's not urgent, is it?
Well, try telling that to Uncle Albert. He's worried about his cabbage roses.
His what?
His wallpaper.
Oh, right then. I'll come as soon as I can, eh?
On your own, then?
Ah, you might say that. Ray's doing a bit of paperwork. Deirdre isn't in yet.
Yeah, it must be a bit difficult for Deirdre in our days, what with Tracy growing up.
Yeah.
You know, I've often thought about organising a community creche round here, you know, a sort of local baby group. Deirdre might have some good ideas.
Look, Ken, I'm in a bit of a rush here.
Sorry.
Ray! I'll come round and see Uncle Albert next week.
Yeah, OK, thanks a lot. Bye.
Ta-da. What? I'm off now, mate. Hey, hang on.
Now what?
She is coming in, is she?
I think so, yeah.
Well, is she or isn't she?
She's a bit under the weather, like.
Look, mate, would you mind telling me what the hell's going on? I mean, what's she playing at? I know she's your missus, but if she can't pull herself together, we'll just have to call it quits, eh? I mean, I can always get a kid in to answer the phone, you know. Someone who's not going to have hysterics every time someone says good morning to her. You will tell her that, won't you?
So what else you wanted to say?
Yeah, hell of a lot. But I haven't time.
Who is it?
Sorry, Chuck. Hey, you'll be getting these pinched if you're not careful.
Oh, thanks, Hilda. I'd forgotten about them.
Yeah, well, I noticed you've not gone to the yard. Tracy's all right, is she?
Yeah, fine.
Oh, that's good. Thought she might have been a bit off colour, you know. Oh, it's a little palace, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, you're a very lucky girl, Deirdre. All this.
And Evan, too.
Pardon?
Nothing.
Oh, yeah, I've just remembered what I come about. You know them heated rollers you've got? Well, I was wondering if I could borrow them, like, you know, to take to the hotel, just in case it rains, all right?
Yeah, sure, I'll have a look for them.
Oh, Ta. It's just that I'm trying to see what I'm likely to need, you know.
Looking forward to your second honeymoon, are you?
Well, I'm trying not to.
Why? I think they must be upstairs.
Oh, it's all going too smooth, if you ask me.
Oh, go on, Hilda, it'll be smashing. Anyway, everything's arranged now. What could go wrong?
You tell me.
Oh, what are you worried about?
No, I'm going on this second honeymoon if it kills me. I'm not joking, neither. I've been done out of too many things in my life.
You still carry on, though, don't you?
How do you mean?
Well, do you never think to yourself, what's the point of it all?
Oh, it's a waste of time, is that? I mean, we've got no choice, have we? Besides, I wouldn't give him the satisfaction of seeing me beat.
Give who the satisfaction?
Well, whoever or whatever is up there, determined to keep us hoggies face down in the flipping dirt. No, I wouldn't give him the satisfaction.
Do you want a cup of tea?
Oh, yeah, well, I wouldn't mind.
I'll look them rollers out for you later.
Oh, there's no rush.
Let's get another cup.
Right,
What about Stan's dinner?
What about it? Won't do him no harm to go without for once. How about Ray, though?
Oh, he's got a job on.
Oh, well, that's all right, then. It's always nicer when there's no men.
Yeah.
Yeah, they only cause trouble, do men, all round. Now, but trouble. I've got it. Just dawned on me.
Whereas?
Why are you giving me a cup of tea?
No reason.
Oh, come on, Chuck. Pull the other one. Go on. Hand it over and I'll get stuck in. Well, your cup. You want me to do a reading, don't you?
No.
Oh, of course you do. Stands out a mile.
Hilda, I don't. Honestly.
Oh. Oh, all right, then.
I suppose I just wanted to chat.
Oh, well. You've come to the right party for that, haven't you?
Good
morning, gentlemen.
Annie. Good morning.
Everything all right, Elizabeth? Yes, Mrs.
Well, that was a really good pie, the genuine article.
Very little that's genuine in this world, Ken.
What have I said?
Take no notice. She's a bit funny today.
Hey, is it all to do with our VIP friend?
Mr. Beaumont? Oh, I shouldn't think so. It's meant a lot to you know him coming here, one of the family like. I mean, he is a gentleman, isn't he?
He behaves like a gentleman. What would a gentleman borrow 15 quid off a total stranger like he did off me?
Not you as well.
What, he's not bothered?
He said he couldn't get to the bank. I gave him a couple of fivers.
Blow me down, that's the tale he gave me the other night when he borrowed 15 quid. That night he took Annie out. Hey, do you reckon we'd been had for mugs?
Oh, don't be so silly. Mr. Beaumont, honestly.
I can't persuade you.
No, I'm far too busy.
Breath of fresh air would do you good, you know. Well, I'm going for a little stroll anyway. What was it Uncle Willie used to call it? Trot round the buildings.
Yes, but surely this is a good opportunity.
No, it's too crowded.
Well, some of them surely,
Maybe tonight, eh? You try and smile, Anne. You'll be driving your customers away. Bye, Anne.
Heads or tails?
Heads. I must want mine examined doing this.
Tails. I'll have another one of them ham ones. Must be my lucky day today.
Are you going to pay for them both then, Mr. Baldwin?
Looks like it, doesn't it? Honest, I'm coming here for a quiet moment with my favourite bird and I get stuck with Wonder Boy.
You mean Rita's just this minute come in?
I mean Rita. I mean you, darling.
Oh,
Hey, she's blushing.
I'm not blushing. I'll just get that ham sandwich.
Don't understand
Rita,
that. Yeah.
have you got a minute?
What are you whispering for?
Oh, Rita, what you whispering? Will you go and serve? Why can't you?
Oh, you've gone ever so red. Have you got a temperature?
Oh, never mind.
What was all that about?
Oh, I don't know. Anyhow, go on. You lent him £6 for petrol, and then what?
Well, that's all. He hasn't mentioned it since.
Well, perhaps he's forgot.
Hey, don't tell me. Let me guess. Old Charlie boy.
Yeah? Why?
Welcome to the club.
Not you and all.
Diane, Ken Barlow. He seems a bit short of the riddies as our Mr. Beaumont.
He just said he wanted time to get to the bank, that was all.
Yeah, but he'd pay you back the minute he had the chance.
Yeah.
And he will. Of course he will. A Beaumont of Clitheroe. That's how it shoot himself if he can't pay the debts.
Well, maybe we ought to give him the benefit of the doubt, eh?
Well, I wouldn't.
Don't tell me he's touched you and all.
Come of it. I make money, I don't lend it. But he's touched a few of you, hasn't he?
Who's been borrowing then?
Charles Beaumont, Esquire.
Do you know, I had him down for a fake right from the start.
Oh, you didn't, you liar.
I think we'll have to have a quiet word with Mr. Beaumont.
Yeah, if you want these strong arm stuff,
They
you know.
don't, so sure up.
All we want is our money back, eh?
Yeah, but not a word to anyhow.
Oh, no, she'd go in a decline.
I think the best thing to do is to get him in my yard, isn't it?
Yeah, good idea. Hey, you went for a walk earlier on. I'll just have a scout.
I'll come with you,
Hey,
mate.
Len.
What?
Go careful, you could be wrong.
Oh, you know me. Middle name's Tact.
Hey, just fancy. One of Annie Walker's family, a con man.
Don't jump to conclusions.
Well, it's obvious, isn't it? What he's after.
You mean it takes one to know one?
I'll pretend I didn't hear that.
I can't believe it, can you?
Yeah, did you?
Yeah, I mean, it's so nice, isn't he?
Well, what's worrying me? If he has tried to con Len, Len won't be nice. Not one little bit.
Florence, hello. It's Anne Walker. Yes, it has, hasn't it? As long as that, really. Yes, dear, still in Weatherfield. I tell you why I'm ringing, Florence. I don't know if you know, but Charles has been in the north. Yes, Cousin Charles has been staying with me for a few days. Well, the point is, dear, that I think he doesn't want to overstay his welcome, and it did occur to me that perhaps you and Arthur might like to see him while he's up here, after all this time. No, I didn't know. Last summer. Really? Of course, it might have been an oversight. That would be lovely, Florence. We certainly will. Give my love to Arthur. Bye-bye, dear.
Oh, so this is where the real work goes on here.
Oh, well, let's say that. Yeah, let's go in the office, shall we?
Well, it might be a bit warmer.
Sit down if you like.
Oh, thank you. Well, you said you wanted a word in private. This seems to me to be private enough. Far away.
Well, it's a bit embarrassing, like.
Oh. Seems I'm not the only one you owe some money to.
Well, there's quite a few of us.
It's very true.
Yeah, well, you put yourself in our shoes, Mr. Beaumont.
What he means is that we're wondering if we're ever going to get it back.
Well, of course you are. Well, I suppose it might seem a bit calculated, but...
Well, borrowing money from all and sundry, yeah.
And what if Annie finds out?
What are you laughing at?
No, I was only smiling at your loyalty.
Well, are we going to get it back or not?
Well, look, I was going to the bank this morning, but there didn't seem to be any particular rush. I mean, they're such trivial amounts. But I can go this afternoon if you like.
And settle up with everybody?
Certainly. I'll see you in the Rovers or wherever you like.
Yeah, but Annie mustn't know about it. It's got to be understood as that.
I'm afraid it's a bit too late for that. She already knows.
Eh?
Well, I wasn't going to keep it from her. And borrowing a few fivers is hardly a criminal offence, is it?
Well, no, I suppose looking at it like that.
Well, there isn't any other way to look at it, is there? I do apologise if there's been a misunderstanding, but I'll see you both in the Rovers tonight, all right? Goodbye.
Well, what do you think?
I don't know.
Well, he has got time to get to the bank, just.
Yeah.
You know, he made me feel as if I was the one that was in the wrong.
Yeah, me too.
All I need.
I can manage, thank you.
Oh, dear, am I still in disgrace?
You take things very light-heartedly, don't you?
Well, I hope so.
Nothing seems to worry you.
I wouldn't say that.
Well, things worry me. I care very much what people think.
Indeed you do.
I think people have a duty to each other, to be concerned about each other.
Oh, dear, that does sound grim. You know, I think it's a lottery, the relatives one gets. I mean, one has no choice in the matter, so why should one feel responsible for them?
I'm afraid I have to ask you to leave. Leave here and leave this house as soon as possible.
Good heavens.
I'm sorry, but I do mean it.
It must be true what they say about great minds. You're too late. I've already packed.
Packed?
Practically on my way.
You weren't going before you...
Paid my... Oh, of course I wasn't, Anne. No, as a matter of fact, it's all been done. Hey, you'll never guess what I'm off to, though.
Where?
I've had an unexpected invitation from Cousin Florence.
From Cousin Florence, really?
Seems as though there's a chance of a job in Arthur's factory. I haven't seen them for years, so I thought it was pretty decent of them. I just rang them up, you know, for a chat, and they came up with this idea. It's a nice chap, Arthur, too. Very decent sort.
Please, I don't want to hear any more.
Pardon?
I rang Florence today. I spoke to her.
Oh.
She told me you'd stayed with them last year, that they didn't want to invite you again, that there was some misunderstanding about an expensive pair of binoculars.
Good Lord, didn't I send them back?
Apparently not.
Could have sworn I did.
All these lies about Arthur and the job. Why, Charles, why? If you'd told me the truth, if you had told me you were down on your luck, I would have understood. Of course I would.
Would you, Anne? Would you? The truth's a very tall order, my dear.
Have you really paid back what you owed?
I was going to do it tonight.
And you will, Charles. Believe me.
Look, are we going to write her off or what? You're Deirdre. Or is she going to come strolling in at 4 o'clock just to show willing?
She did say she'd try and come in, Len.
I know you said that this morning and I haven't seen sight of it, have you?
Oh, I didn't go home dinner time.
Well, at least one of the Langtons knows what's important. Ray, I think I've been patient long enough. Either your Deirdre works here and comes in regular, or else she doesn't. I mean, let's make our minds up, shall we? Am I talking to myself?
It's not as simple as that.
What isn't?
She made me promise not to tell anybody when it happened. She's getting worse all the time. I just can't cope with her no more.
What are you on about?
She was coming home one night on her own from Keep Fit classes. And under the viaduct was this bloke. You should have seen him when she got home. You read these things about women getting attacked. You never think it'll happen to your wife.
You're Deirdre. Attacked? Is it bad? I mean, you know, is it serious?
It's bad enough. The trouble is, she just won't talk about it. She won't even discuss it.
And you let me go on bawling at her?
I promised, hadn't I?
What about the police? Have they got the bloke?
Oh, yeah, they got him all right. Not for Deirdre, for somebody else. I'm not bothered about him. It's Deirdre I'm worried about. I'm at the end of me tether, Len. I really am. She's going, I don't know, strange.
Well, I'm really sorry it didn't work out.
I don't know why I'm telling you all my troubles.
I think you'd have made a marvellous sales representative.
Oh, try telling that to Mike Baldwin.
Well, why don't you make a change? Come down to London.
I think I lost my nerve.
Oh, now that I don't believe.
Well, it's good to see you back, Frederick.
Oh, don't flatter him, Ken. He's big-headed enough as it is.
Between you and me, she thinks the world of me.
Yeah, I've always suspected it.
She tries to hide it, though.
I wonder when he's coming across.
Hasn't he paid up yet?
Keep your voice down, can't you? No chance. Born optimist, you look.
I must say, I'm getting more and more concerned. I mean, he's not exactly in a rush, is he?
Oh, give him a chance, can't you? Good evening, Mrs. Walker. He's over there talking to Elsie.
Oh, thank you. I suppose you know that Mr. Beaumont is leaving us tonight?
Yeah.
Much as I'd like him to stay, I mustn't be selfish. If he wants to get on his way, I mustn't stop.
No, indeed.
I could kill him.
Now, Fred.
Well, I could.
Mrs. Howard, dear. I wonder, might I have a word with you?
Yes, of course.
Well?
There's plenty of time.
Now.
If you say so.
I do. Charles has come to say goodbye to you all.
And not only that, also to pay my little debts.
Oh, well, you'd hardly forget those, would you? And may I say how thoughtful it was of you all to tide him over until he could get to the bank. Although why he didn't come to me in the first place, I shall never know.
Well, it's often easier to go outside the family.
Yeah, it's true, is that?
I suppose it's so. Anyhow, I do appreciate it. Tell Fred to get your case.
All right.
Hey, sweetheart. Well, I'm blowed.
See, he'd every intention of paying you back.
You reckon?
Yeah, just keeping you guessing, that's all.
I wish I could be as sure as you.
Well, I like him.
So did Annie.
Mr. Fairclough, just in time. Thank you very much. I'm most grateful. And I apologise if I caused you any inconvenience.
No problem. It could have happened to anyone.
So you're off then, are you?
Yes, 8:15 from Weatherfield.
Well, we'll be sorry to see you go.
Well, that's very kind of you. I've enjoyed myself very much. I hope I see you all again.
So do we. Any time you pass in, drop in. Hey, have you got time for another one before you go?
I have indeed, but on this occasion, it's definitely on me.
I'm sorry, Charles. There just won't be time to text those.
Text?
Oh, you're in for a long wait if you're 8:15 at Weatherfield Station.
No, I think he's trying to catch 6:20.
Silly of me. Yes, of course, I'll come now.
And your case is ready.
Right.
Doesn't figure a trick, does she?
Not one.
Everything in order?
Yes, everything in order. Goodbye, Mrs. Howard.
Goodbye, Charlie. Nice knowing you.
Goodbye, Anne. Thank you for looking after me so well. Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye. Don't forget, any time you pass in, drop in, mate. We look forward to seeing you.
I wish we'd said no to him, I do honest.
What are you talking about? He's a born con man, I tell you.
I'm not so sure. He could have buzzed off, you know, but he didn't. He paid up.
Yeah, Eddie's right. Eddie's right. I'm prepared to believe the best in him.
Yeah, so am I. What do you think, Betty?
I never thought anything else.
Has he got off all right, then?
Yes, he
Hey,
has.
there's no doubt he's a Beaumont of Clitheroe. Stands out a mile.
What did you expect?
Right, well...
Well, I'm not talking you lot.
Mrs. Ogden,
That's me, yeah.
I'm your transport love.
Oh, bang on time, aren't you?
We try to be.
Oh, yeah, well, we won't be a minute. We're nearly ready. Hey, Stan! It's here! The car! It's waiting for us outside. What are you doing up there? You've not got back in bed, have you? Oh, hey, Chuck. You look $1 million, you really do. Oh, it fits your treat, that, doesn't it? Who did you borrow it off?
Big John Shaw, you know. Oh, yeah. Wish you'd move the button on this shirt, though. It's killing me.
Oh, well, try and keep your neck still. Well?
Well, what?
Well, how do I look?
All right.
Oh, thanks very much. It is supposed to be a second honeymoon, you know. You might at least show a bit of interest.
You know, we should have had a brass from that competition. Never mind this nonsense.
I shall say this just once, Stanley, all right? A second honeymoon they want to give us, a second honeymoon we're going to have. And if you go and spoil it, I'll play Tell Out of Bundy on your bonds with a toffee hammer. Now get that case picked up and come on.
Oh, it's just choking me.
Get outside and for heaven's sake look as though you're enjoying yourself.
All right.
Oh, tonight's the night you can't afford to miss. The moon is bright and there are girls to kiss.
No idea, yet. Where's the brass band?
Oh, here, Barrett, it's real. Hey, what do you think of his naughty boy?
Hey, don't want any of that stuff getting in here, missus. It's a can or a pudding, Dick.
Oh, get laughing, boy, there.
Solid did, look to me,
Oh, sure. I'll grab a tonic bottle with you, won't you, love?
Yeah.
Hey, don't do nothing I wouldn't do, will you?
That means they'll do nothing.
Right, ta-ra, then.
Hey, keep Stan off the booze.
I'll have to stick a cork in his gob, then, won't I?
There they go. Romeo and his Juliet off to dreamland.
You can say that again.
Still, it's rather romantic, don't you think?
Romantic? That's not real life, though, is it? It's plastic life, that. Some advertiser's dreamed up. No, real life's perverts hanging around in back alleys.
That's rather a morbid view to take.
Oh, it's not a view. It's a fact. I know, don't I, from experience?
Yes. Have you thought of having a break? Taking a holiday? You've not had one this summer, have you?
Why?
Well, for the change. You know what they say? Change is as good as a rest.
It's not a rest I need. It's a flaming new world.
Hey, it's a nice place, isn't it?
I'm glad you think so.
I meant exactly what I said just now. Anything you want, anything at all, just ask. For the next 24 hours, you're the most important guest in this hotel. Your every wish is our command, just as though you were royalty. Would you like to come this way?
Thank you. You're very kind. Thank you.
Thanks.
Oh,
Thanks very much. Hey, it's better than the roll, isn't it?
Hey, cheer up. Might never happen.
You reckon?
Look, Len's told me what happened to your Deirdre. Well, you know, Len, he never could keep a secret for long, especially from Linkside Littlewood.
I never thought he would.
I believe that she's still upset.
Some days are worse than others.
Would you like me to have a word with her?
It wouldn't do no good. She'd just snap my head off for telling Len in the first place.
Perhaps if you saw a doctor.
She won't.
Well, you're stymied then, aren't you?
Yeah.
Stan not back yet, then?
Back is only just gone.
Yeah, well, I thought he might find the luxury a bit overpowering, you know, like what I do. Pint, please, Fred.
I don't find luxury overpowering.
Well, you wouldn't, would you? I mean, you're used to it, aren't you? Listen, you're a self-made man. When did the tide turn for you?
Turn? It's always been a flood, mate. Earning a fiver a week selling firewood when I was 10.
Yeah, that is my theory well and truly proved.
What theory is that, Eddie?
Well, for the likes of you and me, Fred, life is one constant uphill struggle against an unsympathetic fate. And you know why, don't you?
Go on, enlighten us.
Because of what they call prenatal influences, that's what.
Come again?
Well, look, take Mr. Baldwin, right? His old man comes home one day and fancies a little bit more than prunes and custard, you get me meaning? And his old lady has her purse in her penny pocket. Well, there's your prenatal influence, innit? That purse shaped his life. It made you the financial genius what you are.
Yes, yes.
I hope you find it satisfactory. It's only recently been completely redecorated and refurnished, as a matter of fact.
Oh, yes, it's very nice, don't you think so, Stanley?
Right, all right. Thanks very much for your trouble.
Thank you very much.
Yes, it's very nice indeed. It grows on you, doesn't it, Stanley? Especially the decor.
I think you'll find everything you need. Television, radio, drinks.
Drinks?
They're in the dispenser, sir.
Oh. Hey, that's Andy's chuck, isn't it?
Very convenient.
How much do you pay for this if we were paying for it ourselves, like?
This room, £48, sir.
Oh, a week, that's not bad, is it? Costs about that to run our place, doesn't it?
That's per night, sir.
You're joking.
No, sir, I'm not. Well, I hope you enjoy your stay here, Mr. and Mrs. Ogden. And don't forget, there's the phone. Anything you want, just pick it up and ask for it. The restaurant's closed now till 7, but if you'd like something in your room...
Oh, well, actually, I wouldn't mind a cup of tea if it's no trouble.
Oh, I'll see to it myself. Indian or China?
Well, I usually get mine at the corner shop.
Indian, I think. Well, I'll leave you two to it.
Thank you very much.
Hey, I'm tipped you.
It's quite all right, sir, really.
Hey, he's not bad for a flunky, is he?
He's the manager.
They're no flunkies in hotels. They've only got spirits.
Oh, Stan, for heaven's sake, try behaving as though you'd been somewhere else besides the flipping Rovers.
Where have I been like this before?
Oh, no, well, I suppose your experience of the world has been very limited. Very limited indeed.
And what, may I ask, is yours?
Well, I have been to Majorca, Stanley. Not to mention the Caribbean.
Aye, Skivian.
I wasn't on my hands and knees all the time, you know. I did get some idea about what's what. And I'll tell you, one thing I did learn. Compared with some folk, we live like flipping moles.
Well, what's the point? A bedroom for kipping in. Who wants it as posh as this?
I do, Stanley. I do. Oh, it's just beautiful. It's like a photo out of one of them posh magazines. What do you think you're doing?
Huh?
Get your fat backside off that bed. If you want to sit down, use a chair. That's what they're for.
I'm only sitting on it.
Anybody'd think we were at home. Oh, May. It's another flipping world.
Good health.
Well, I'd join you if I had a glass.
Thought you didn't like whiskey.
Today, Stanley, I like everything.
There you are.
Because for once in my life, there's everything to like, isn't there?
Get that down, ya.
Cheers.
Sorry I've no 50s.
It's all right. Spend just as fast.
Yeah, that's true. Your Tracy's not ill or anything, is she?
No, why do you ask?
Well, I haven't seen her for ages. Nor Deirdre, for that matter.
They're all right, both of them.
God, I'm glad to hear it.
Oh, you and Alf, didn't you go to that pub? You know, the Dog and Gun out Eccles Way a few times.
Yeah, that's right.
Grub all right, were it?
Yeah, it was smashing. Very reasonable and all. Thinking of taking Deirdre?
Deirdre? He's not taking Deirdre to a place like that, are you, Raymond? No, it's probably some birdies whining and dining.
Yes, it's Deirdre. You know, my missus.
Ooh, do you know what? I'd be quite happy to spend the next 24 hours just in that bathroom. It's perfect. Are you listening to me, Stan? Oh, flaming Nora, don't you watch that thing enough at home?
It's different in colour.
You mean the women are all different in colour?
Now, what do you do that for?
Because we haven't come here to watch the telly all day long.
What else is there to do?
Oh, if you say that just once more.
I feel daft sat in a room like this in the middle of the day, like a couple of pot dogs.
Well, there are other things we could be doing.
Like what?
Second honeymoon, Stanley.
Eh?
Oh, never mind. What happens to a fellow when he gets married? I mean, women manage to keep some of their feelings. Well, like, they feel, you know, affectionate now and then, and they like to go places and do things. But a fella, it's just as though somebody'd switched him off. Like a bicycle tyre, what's gone flat. Is it something we do to us women?
Well, you get comfy when you wed, don't you? You're sort of settled, you know. That's what it's all about. I mean, you can show your braids if you want to, and throw the brill cream away too. Well, don't call for it then, is it?
What am I going to do with you, Stan?
Ask you something. Have I ever caused you any sleepless nights? Gone with other women? Been in prison? You could have done a damn sight worse than me, I'll tell you.
Oh, yeah, no, Chuck. No, but I just wish you was a bit more... Well, a bit more sensitised. Well, to this place, for instance. Now, can't you see the difference, Stan, between here and number 13?
Oh, well, it's posh, yeah?
Oh, no, it's not just that. No, it's nicer. Brighter, you know. There's nothing tatty about it. No paint peeling or carpets fraying. And everything works. The drawers close proper and the cupboards and all that. Oh, just look at them beautiful curtains. No, it's that better life what we've never had, Chuck.
Well, I'm happy with my life. Better than my dad's any road.
Oh, aye, well, he were an oiler and greaser at Fieldens, weren't he? He wouldn't have a clean apart from Christmas Day when he went in hospital that time. Had an oil can in his pocket at our wedding.
All right, it's very nice. And when you've said that, you've said the lot.
Well, try and enjoy it, eh, Chuck? Just for me. Hey, you know what?
What?
When I finish my tea, I think I'll have a shower. Would you like one?
I had a bath last night, same as you.
Oh, I'm not saying you need a shower.
What's the sense in the middle of the day?
Oh, I give up.
You've got to get undressed.
Yeah, well, you generally do when you have a
Look,
shower.
I don't like showers. They're either too hot or too flaming
all right,
cold.
forget about the flaming shower then.
What we're going to do tonight?
Well, have us dinner for one thing.
After that?
Don't worry, Chuck. I'll think of something. Do you want a cup of tea?
No, I'll stick to this.
It's after me to ask.
Can I put telly on again?
No, you can talk to me.
Hey, I bet they're missing me at the Rovers, you know. First Jill when they come off work, like they were saying, it's not the same without old Stan standing in the corner.
Stan, put the telly back on.
I thought you wanted me to talk to you.
Yeah, I do, but you don't want you straining yourself. You do the drop more hot water.
I'll use the phone. Manager said so.
Oh, I don't like.
Do you want me?
No. No, it's all right, I'll do it. Oh, hello. I was just wondering if I could have a drop more hot water. For me tea, like, you know. Oh, yes, it's room num... Hey, Stan, what's this room number?
Wait a minute. 504.
504?
That's it.
It's never.
504.
Yes, it's number 504. Oh, thank you very much. Oh, just like that. Yes, madam, certainly, madam. Just like I were a duchess or something.
He's been like that a lot lately. Eh? In a mood. You know, moody. Is there something going on that we should know about?
Hey, tell her to mind her own business. You're getting too flipping nosy.
Betty Turpin, mind your own business. Oh, yes, I can, you know.
What time is it?
5 minutes later than when you asked me last time.
Yeah, well, we want to be ready for when the restaurant opens at 7.
Well, I'm ready. I've been ready all day.
How many of them have you had?
Oh, not many. I can take this stuff, you know. It's Newton Ridley's bitter. That's what finds out the men from the boys.
Get your backside off that bed. How many times do I have to tell you?
Oh, stroll on. We'll be keeping it in a few hours, won't we? Unless we're going to sleep standing up like a couple of cart horses.
Yeah, well, it's all right to sleep in it, but not to sit on it. Now then, how do I look?
Smashing.
Oh, by heck you are, getting civilised. How many did you say you'd had? Who's that?
How do I know?
We'll go and see.
Oh, all right.
Hey, put your jacket on.
What's it matter with the gaffers?
Champagne, sir. Courtesy of the management. Aren't you the lucky ones?
Hey, you couldn't manage me a pint, could you? I could murder a pint.
You can't be drinking beer tonight, sir, can you, madam? I'm sure madam's tastes don't run to beer tonight, do they, madam?
No, they very rarely do, actually.
I've got champagne taste, you know. I'd drink it instead of water if I could. This is a vintage champagne, the very best.
Oh, well, I hope it's properly chilled.
I saw to it myself, madam. It's colder than a dead foot, if you'll pardon the expression.
Oh, yes, well, I don't like it if it's not properly chilled, especially in hot countries like the Caribbean.
Oh, have you been there? Oh, so have I. Oh, year before last. On a cruise. A working holiday, you know.
Oh.
Everything satisfactory?
Spot on, yeah. I was up at a barrel of beer there on those spirits.
Oh, everything's excellent, thank you. Really excellent. Ooh, makes your nose go funny just to look at it, doesn't it?
Madam. Sir.
Thank you.
And may all your troubles be little ones.
Ooh, it's a bit late for that.
It's never too late, madam. At least that's what I always say.
Would you like a glass, mate? You're welcome.
Oh, no, thank you, sir. I'd be skipping about like a baby fawn all night if I did.
Would you like a glass, mate?
I've only been matey.
We're not being matey today, Stan. We're being very snooty today. Cheers again, love.
Cheers.
Ooh. Hey, do you really think I look smashing?
I said so, didn't I?
Like on us first honeymoon, such as it were.
Better.
Oh, flatterer.
You know, I thought you looked a bit skinny our first honeymoon.
You said I looked like Rita Hayworth.
I never.
Oh, you did. And you kept crooning that old black magic in my hero. Even in the Cardoma in Blackpool.
Well, I don't remember.
Oh, I do. I remember everything.
Oh, women always do, don't they?
Yeah. Going to my head already. Stay
Well, that's the idea, isn't it? Oh, do you know, Stan, I still can't hardly believe it. Fabulous hotel, champagne, dinner for two, probably be prawn cocktails and all that. Oh, it's like a dream come true.
I wonder who's at Rovers now.
Well, whoever it is, I'll bet they were wishing they was here.
What?
Do you really think I look smashing?
I said so, didn't I?
Well, I feel smashing. Don't you?
I feel all right,
Well, give us a kiss, then.
Hey?
You heard? Come on, you daft aper. 'Tis the second honeymoon, you know, not the first. Although, as I remember, you wasn't all that backward at coming forward then.
What's that lipstick taste of?
Woman, Stanley. Woman.
Deirdre?
Yeah?
In Orphanrini, they went out to that pub, the Dog and Gun, you know, out Ecclesway.
Did they?
Yeah, they said it was very nice. Said the grub was good too, very reasonable.
Yeah, I've heard it's not bad myself.
I've booked a table for tomorrow night.
Oh?
You fancy it?
Yeah, I do, as a matter of fact.
Hey, that's great, love. That's great.
I've got fed up with moping.
Yeah, well, you do, don't you?
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes, Joe?
Can I go to bed?
Come again?
Can I go to bed? I want to go to bed. It means pulling these covers back, you know.
Well, of course you can, you daft aper.
Right.
I'm here, Chuck.
Where do you get that?
Borrowed it off Rita Fairclough. You never think so, though, would you? It fits for your treat. Do you like me in it?
Oh, that's great. Great. Great.
All right, don't overdo it. Now then, where's the switch for this light? Oh. Oh, look. Bedside lamp. Oh, I've always wanted one of them. I could be reading me book till all hours. They're more restful, aren't they, than one in the middle of the ceiling? Oh, yes, I think we'll get us some bedside lamps, Stan. And a couple of little tables. Oh, I've learned a thing or two from this place, I can tell you. We're going to move with the times in future. This little mole is about to surface. Oh, clean sheets. Nothing nicer, is there? Well, here I am, Chuck. In bed, full of champagne, wine, prawn cocktail, poached salmon, chocolate mouse and a couple of bevies to top it all up. I'm a walking banquet, me. Oh, sorry, lying down banquet. Oh, what a day, though, eh, Stan? Everything just perfect. You know, I thought it might take me back to us first time, like. But it hasn't, though. Well, I mean, you can't compare this, can you, with a back bedroom on Central Drive, on some fella throwing lumps of coal at a tomcat on Cludgy roof. Still, there are some things you might be able to compare. Aren't there, Chuck, eh? Stan? Stan? Oh, well, you can't have everything, can you? In room 504, it was romance, a dream come true. That perfect honeymoon along with you in room 504.
garden far.
Shut up. What's the matter?
The hotel's on fire.
Hey?
I said the hotel's on fire. There's fire bobbies at the window.
What's going on?
Oh, Stan, you're snoring all us happy time away. Don't it take you back this to us first morning as a married couple?
Where am I?
Oh, in the hotel.
Oh,
I woke up first that morning. There was your face beside me on the pillow. And I thought to myself, he looks just like Ronald Coleman in The Prisoner of Zenda.
oh, aye.
Then you woke up.
What did I do? Put my arm round you?
No. You went to the lav and then you asked me to get you some water and a couple of aspirins because your head was splitting with all the ale you drunk at the wedding.
Gee, that was a day, that was.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa, what's those curtains, will you? My eyeballs aren't awake yet. Oh. Oh, dear me.
Oh, for heaven's sake, you haven't started guzzling already, have you? With half the rotten pigeons in Manchester only just up.
I want a semi-sharp, take that taste away from last night. Oh, that's better. I shouldn't have done all them spirits, you know. So I stuck to ale.
Yeah, well, you should have thought of that last night, shouldn't you? Well, go on, answer it.
Oh, who's this?
Good morning.
Oh.
And it is a good morning, too.
Yes, it's not bad, is it?
Oh, madam, it's a lovely night dress.
Oh, do you like it?
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Thank you very much.
Will you be having your breakfast in your room or in the restaurant?
Oh, well, I don't know. What do you think, Sam?
I think we better have it up here. I feel a bit frail after all those spirits last night.
Oh, I know exactly what you mean, sir. A couple of whiskies, and I feel as if I've got molecules in my air pockets for days.
Huh?
Would you like to order?
Thank you.
Oh, I don't think I want much, you know. Not in my state.
No, me neither. Do you know, I think I'll just have tea and toast.
Right, madam.
Thank you.
Anything at all, sir? It's best to eat if you can in your condition, you know, sir.
Oh, well, half a grapefruit for starters.
Cereal?
Cornflakes. Couple of kippers. Bacon, egg and tomato.
Sausages?
Have you got them Cumberland?
Yes, sir.
4. And bags of toast and marmalade finish off with that. What's funny?
Well, sir, I was just wondering what you would have had if you'd been feeling on top of your form.
A dead donkey.
There's always the Green Veil.
Where?
You know, where Len and Rita had the wedding reception.
Oh, aye, it weren't bad there, were it?
No. Bit pricey, but you get value for money.
Do you, though?
Well, don't you?
Oh, look, you have a couple of drinks before you eat, and a bottle of plonk with your steak and chips and a coffee after. How much change do you reckon you're going to get out of 15 quid? I mean, it's not what's put in front of you you're paying for, it's all them empty tables.
So?
Well, just think of the feast you could put on at home for half the price.
Yeah, but you'd have to cook it yourself at home, wouldn't you? You would.
I don't mind doing that, as long as I've got a decent piece of meat to work with.
Look, Four Eyes, we are going out for dinner. We're being waited on. We're being made to feel as if we're somebody who matters for a couple of hours, even if they are only doing it for tips.
I'm only saying...
So am I. So just shut up about it, will you? Before I breathe on your glasses. And you can shut up and all.
Oh, this is the life the way, Chuck. The Dulcis Vita.
Hey?
The Dulcis Vita. That's what they call all this in Spain.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't seem fair, really, though, does it?
What?
Well, the way some folk can live like this all the time. We've spent us entire lives living on tick. I mean, we've just never had nothing, us, have we, Stan?
You know why, don't you?
Why?
Well, it's the law of nature, you know.
How'd you make that up?
Money attracts money. If you haven't got it to start with, you'll never have it.
what it is, do you think, Chuck?
Who do you know who's never had an out, who's ever had out?
Nobody, Chuck.
There you are, see?
Hey, you're not as daft as you look, are you?
No, I think things over.
Do you?
When I'm sitting in my armchair, you know, after my tea, I'm not just sitting there, you know.
Aren't you?
Oh, no. I'm thinking. Turning things over, you know.
Oh. And what kind of things do you think about, Chuck?
Things.
Oh. A holiday for two in Bermuda?
Oh, yes, and that's only the first prize. There are stacks more, you know. All you do is buy a bottle, rip off the label and fill it in, send it up, and it goes into a big hat.
Along with 500,000 others, I suppose.
Oh, yes, I dare say. Still, you never know your luck, you know. Look at the Ogdens. Go on, go mad, buy a bottle. Can't you just see you and your Ernest going a lovely shade of chocolate brown under a golden sun?
I'm afraid I just turn a rather peculiar shade of pink, actually. And Ernest just peels rather like an onion.
Yeah, same here. Do you know, I've never come back from Blackpool yet without looking like a traffic light at stop. And there's not a lot to be said with a traffic light with glasses on, is there?
I think I'll settle for a bottle of the usual stuff. It is a couple of p cheaper.
Right, so.
Only some of these firms would devote less effort to packaging and promoting their products and more to bringing the costs down.
You don't say that. If that happened, the entire economy of the Western world would crumble in on us.
Well, I suppose it would. Would you book it, please?
Yes, of course.
Hello. Hi. Hello, Tracy.
Do you know that baby gets better looking every time I see you?
Like her mum?
No.
Oh, thanks very much.
Anyway, have I offended you, Deirdre Langton, or what?
Come again?
No, you haven't been in for weeks, and I just thought it was something I'd said.
How is your cold now, Deirdre? Is it clearing up?
Oh, yeah, it's a lot better, thanks.
Have you had a cold? Have I? Am sorry, Ray never said.
Well, it was just a sniffle, really. I didn't think I'd be antisocial, spread it around. Can I have a quarter of tea, please?
Yes, of course. Oh, I'm sorry about that. If I'd have known, I'd have sent you a lemon drink or something.
Thanks. Can you book it?
Yeah, of course. Do you know, I haven't taken any money this morning, hardly, so far. You two aren't thinking of leaving the country or anything?
Chance to be a fine thing.
Oh, Deirdre, Ray did tell you I'd babysit for you tonight.
Oh, yeah, he did, thanks. Try
them.
Deserted, has that husband of yours? Well, his story is that he's on the annual sewage inspection. It's true. All these counters go into Sharabang and they go from one sewage works to another all day long. Fascinating. Not only that, they do the same trip every year. I mean, what do they expect to find? Do they think one of them's moved or something while their backs have been turned? All at our expense, I know.
I know.
It's a terrible waste of time and money, isn't it? Same again, Chuck.
Oh, no, thank you. If I have another, I'll be seeing double. And on a miserable November afternoon like this, one Mavis Riley's enough for anybody.
Betty, same again, all round, please, love.
What's the matter with him?
I'm collecting glasses, aren't I?
Yeah, looks like it.
Oh, give us a kiss.
Ooh, I'd sooner kiss a codfish.
So you two didn't get up too much last night, then?
Well, I wouldn't have put it quite like that, Fred. Would you, Mike?
No, definitely not. Most enjoyable evening.
Oh, but I mean, didn't you pull anything, like?
Fred, there's more to life than women, you know.
So you're trying to convince. I would have thought you two Gay Lotharios might have cracked it.
Yeah, well, that's the name of the game, isn't it?
I don't follow.
The uncertainty, that's what gives it its flavour.
Yeah, the thrill of the chase.
Well, that's where I myself with women, you know. With me and women, there's never any uncertainty. I flipping know I'm not going to crack it.
Oh, come on, pull the other one.
It's true.
Bloomin' pathetic, if you ask me.
And what is pathetic, Uncle Albert?
Mutton dressed up as lamb. Two middle-aged fellas chasing dolly birds.
Middle-aged?
Well, let's face it, you're under 21, aren't you? I've heard of you.
You know, I've seen your Uncle Albert before somewhere. One of those kids' shows.
Kermit the Frog.
No, Doodle the dog.
Your jokes are blooming pathetic as well.
Oh. No, you can't win with him.
There's no need to make the bed, you know, Mrs. Ogden. We have roommates for that.
Oh, well, I like to leave a place as I expect to find it.
Did you enjoy your breakfast?
Well, he did.
Well, I bet you feel a lot better for it, though, don't you, sir?
In the pink, mate, in the pink.
Well, I hope you've enjoyed your stay, short as it was. You never know, I might see you again sometime.
Well, I doubt it. Stanley?
Oh, what?
£1, Stan.
How much?
You heard.
Flipping it. Here you are, mate.
Thank you very much, sir. Madam, it's been a pleasure meeting you.
Oh, similar, I'm sure.
Thank you.
I trust everything's been to your complete satisfaction, Mr.
Oh,
Stockton.
great.
Lovely, yes.
Good. I'd like you to accept these.
For me? I don't know what to say. I don't think I've ever been treated better in the whole of my life. Thank you very much.
Not at all. That was the whole idea, wasn't it?
Yeah, I suppose it was. Well, come on, stand before I make a fool of myself.
Funny things, women.
Yes, sir, they are.
Right, I'll go and get a bit of work done.
OK.
Are you sure you don't want me to take an hour off so you can get your hair done?
Love, you've no time. Your sleeping partner's away on Her Majesty's business again, remember?
Yeah, I'll make time.
Look, I've told you, I'll wash my own hair. She's down for an afternoon nap now. Never looks any different any road.
All right, see you later on.
OK.
Only me.
Oh, hello, Emily. You're a bit early, aren't you? We've not had us tea yet.
Yes, I'm afraid I have some rather bad news, actually.
Oh?
Well, one of the other girls at the hospital's been taken ill and they're a bit short-staffed, so I can't guarantee I'll be able to be home in time to babysit for you, and I don't want to let you down at the last minute.
Oh, no.
I'm very sorry, Ray, but I'm afraid I'm the only one available.
Flaming Nora.
Well, Emily can't help it, Ray. Where work comes first.
Well, I've done everything humanly possible to try to get out of it.
Don't worry yourself about it,
Well,
love.
perhaps someone else might be able to help.
Don't worry about it. It's not important.
Oh, but it is, isn't it? I'm very sorry. Really.
Charming.
Well, it's not her fault.
She didn't have to leave it to the last flaming minute.
She's only just found out herself. Anyway, I've told you it doesn't matter.
It does matter.
Look, pick up a couple of T-bones on your way home.
No.
Well, why not?
Because it's not the same, is it? Hey, you're glad, aren't you? You're glad of the excuse to stop in.
We've no babysitter.
Then I'll find a babysitter if it's the last thing I flaming well do. Now get your hair washed, all right?
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Come on, mate.
Enjoy it, did you?
Oh, not bad. Yeah.
Rather you than me, mate.
Marvellous, isn't it?
What?
Well, if we'd locked ourselves out or had a nasty accident or something, they'd be out in droves.
Oh, you back then?
Yes, just.
Weren't park-keeper Lukin?
Compliment to the management.
Anyway, did you enjoy yourself?
Oh, aye.
Oh, yes. Of course, it's a different way of life altogether, you know. I mean, you can't really explain it to somebody who hasn't experienced it for themselves.
And how did you get on with me naughty negligee? Did it do the trick?
Ask no questions, you get told no lies.
Oh, I am sorry, Hilda. Still, I suppose anything's worth trying, isn't it? Try.
No place like home.
No.
Do you know what I could murder?
What?
A couple of chip buddies made by your old Lily White Hands.
Yeah, well, if you don't mind, I'll just put my flowers in water.
Oh, there's no rush, no rush.
Oh, and if Prince Charming comes looking for me with a rotten glass slipper in his hand, you can tell him I'll be at the slapstone as per usual. Oh, and in case it's too much of a shock, you better warn him Cinderella's turned back into a rotten pumpkin.
Now, is there anything else you want to know before we start? Like any of the finer points, you know?
No, just pick it up as we go along.
And just... Yeah, all right. Look, seeing as it's only a game of chance, how about 5p a game?
Yeah, go on then.
Do you know you'd take jelly babies off a baby if you thought the mother wasn't looking?
No, I wouldn't.
You would, you know.
I wouldn't, you know. I hate jelly babies. I once worked in a jelly baby factory. Put me off for life. Right, off we go, and may the best man win.
Hello there, Albert.
Hello.
Fancy a drink?
Well, since there's no interest in my arm, I would drop a rum.
Right, then, a rum and a scotch, please, Ben. Here. What's all this I hear about you being the terror of the mademoiselles in 1066?
You can't imagine that, can you?
It's not easy.
Well, you used to have me moments, you know.
Go on, tell us about it.
Well, it was a lot different in my days, you know.
Yeah, go on.
Well, we didn't used to talk about it. We used to get on with it.
What are you talking about, Albert Tatler?
I was just saying, it's shocking these days.
What is?
Price of fish.
Oh, Tom. Well, cheers, Albert.
Cheers.
Hiya.
Hello.
You fancy doing us a favour, sweetheart?
Like what, for instance?
Like babysitting for me and Deirdre tonight.
What's it worth?
Who are you then, a manager?
No, but you never know. You look, if the price is right, I'll volunteer myself.
You weren't invited. £1.
Yeah, all right. What time?
7?
Yeah, all right.
Right. See you then.
See ya.
You slipped up there, darling. He'd have gone to £2 easy, didn't you see the desperate look in his eye?
Yeah, but I'm not as mercenary as you, am I, Eddie?
Oh, yeah, there is that.
It's 5p you owe me.
Beginner's luck. Double or quits.
No, thanks.
No, you can't quit now. Listen, if you're going to learn this game, you need as much experience as you can get.
I don't think I need to learn, Eddie.
You don't?
No, it's too easy somehow. I don't sort of present my brain with any kind of challenge.
Here, girl.
Right then. 10p a corner, is it?
You're like a flaming vulture, Albert. You can smell blood at 20 miles.
You do know this washing's still in the lobby, do you?
What washing?
This rotten washing, what you took in, you thought you was going to get me to do.
All that.
Well, are you going to take it back?
No, I'll leave it. I'll look after it. Unless you've changed your mind.
Why don't you try fixing me up with an evening shift at the canning factory on Gas Street? I've only got 3 jobs as it is.
Hello. The lovebirds back, Hardy. So, how did it go?
Smashing.
Going for a week next time, are you?
Oh, aye. You don't happen to have 500 quid in your pocket, do you?
Been doing a bit of Christmas shopping, have you?
We've took nothing we wasn't entitled to.
Oh, of course you haven't.
They were all there for us to use.
You just didn't get round to using them.
No.
I don't suppose you got any coat hangers or souvenir towels, did you?
No, we didn't. What'd you take us for? Thieves and vagabonds, like somebody else I could name who shall be nameless.
Now then, Mrs. O, that someone who shall be nameless is a reformed character. He hasn't had his collar felt for months. I'm on the straight and narrow.
All right. For how long?
Couldn't lend us £1, could you?
No, I couldn't. You haven't paid me back the £1 I lent you last week.
I don't suppose... No. Oh, I don't know, Stan. They're going to have to up my dole or something. Otherwise, my social life's going to be cut drastically. Do you know, I can hardly afford to go boozing in the afternoons now.
You want to write a letter to the papers about it?
Do you know, I might just do that. You haven't got the price of a stamp, have you?
Oh, yes, it's nice, isn't it?
Ray, give over, will you?
Now what?
You make a fuss of her and I'll never get her down before we go out.
Do we have to get her down before we go out?
Yes, we do. Just for once in my life, I want to go out with an easy mind.
All right, then, I'll take her up.
No, it's all right. I'll see to her.
Don't you carry on with what you're doing, love. I'll get her
I said
up.
I'll do it when you do it, and nappy always falls off. Oh, no. Say good night to Daddy.
Good night, sweet.
Shh. Come on. Oops.
Now look what you've done.
Where's Tracy?
She's in bed, aren't you glad?
No, I wanted to put her to bed.
Easy to tell you're not married.
You're not looking too bad of it.
Hi, Gail.
She's asleep.
Yeah, she went out like a light.
That walk I took her for the fresh air's knocked her out.
I just hope she stays like that. Look, you know where the biscuits are, and you can make yourself a cup of tea if you want.
Right.
Right, we're ready, love.
Does Mia look all right?
It looks fine.
I wish I had it done now.
It's all right. Will you tell her she looks all right?
Yeah, you look great, kid. Honest, dead sexy. You have them fellas buzzing round you like bees round honey pot. No trouble.
Yeah, well, shall we go now?
Dead
love?
sexy.
Yes, all right. Are we ready?
Go home, Gail.
What?
I said go home. I'm not going out.
Come on now, Deirdre.
I'm not going, Ray.
Look what's going on. If it's something I've said...
Yeah, it's nothing to do with you, Gail. Just go home.
You stop where you are.
I'm not going, Ray. You heard what I said, Gail.
Right.
Great. Bloody great!
Shouting won't make any difference.
But what the hell do you expect? There's only so much of this I can take, you know. How much longer is the flaming thing going to go on?
I can't help it, Ray, I can't.
You're the only one that can help it. There's only you can do anything at all about it.
If you just knew how I felt.
Well, try me. Try to explain to me. I mean, I can't climb inside your head and find out for myself now, can I?
How can I tell you? How could you understand? How could any fella understand?
Luke, it wasn't me that tried to rape you.
Oh, don't be stupid.
No, but that's what it's all about, isn't it? Listen, love, I'm just trying to help.
Well, shouting isn't helping. You keep shouting.
Look, Deirdre, it happened. It was nasty and it's over.
Just like that.
I'm telling you, you're going to have to pull yourself out of this and pretty quick, because if you don't, the way things are going, you'll have me as flaming doolally as what you are.
Thanks, Ray.
Luke, what do you want?
I just want you to leave me alone. Just go away and stop pulling at me and leave me alone.
Right, I will.
Hey, I love it. And that's all you said?
Yeah.
What the heck's the matter with her? What happened there?
Yes, lovey.
And a bitter.
Right.
Been giving him an earful, have you, love? Nah, of course not. Never said a word, did you?
think I can survive this winter if it's like the last.
We were lucky to survive summer.
I think the end of January is the worst. That's when I really get to the bottom of the deep black pit. Oh, well, I suppose we've got Christmas to look forward to.
Do you?
No, not really.
No, you're like me. It's what to do with these long, dark nights, isn't it? That's the problem.
I thought you went to keep fit.
Oh, well, I do, but that's only 1 hour a week. Yeah. They usually go home after.
Oh, I know just what you mean. It was just the same when I tried pottery.
Did you do pottery?
Oh, well, no, I wasn't very good. I tried, but I never got onto the wheel. When I tried, everything just went wobbly.
How do you mean wobbly?
Well, you see, if you don't get it just right, you get this terrible wobble.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that on telly, and it goes all blur.
Oh, I meant blur all the time.
Oh.
I did make an ashtray. But I don't smoke, so it's never used.
Well, that's the best about having a shop, really. I mean, I can keep open till about 10 o'clock. Might as well, it is company, like yourself. Oh, what is it you wanted?
Well, if the truth were told, I probably came in for the company, subconsciously. But consciously, I want a steak and kidney pie.
An individual steak and kidney pie?
Don't say it like that.
I'll tell you this much. Marriage was invented by women. Probably the only thing they ever did invent.
Well, I'm not saying you're wrong, Mike.
No, neither am I.
Really, Ray, you ought to know better. A nice wife and lovely baby like you had.
Eddie, pint, love.
Yes, love. It's got a lot to say for itself, that kid of yours. It's got a good pair of lungs.
Well, how's that?
I've just passed. It's raising the roof off in there. It's fit to stand on the cop.
Yeah, well, she's been woken up, hasn't she? She'll still be asleep if... Oh, well, never mind. Deirdre's department getting her back.
Oh, definitely. Anyway, where are you sliding off to, all poshed up with a collar and tie and all
Will
the
you shut up, Eddie? Will you just shut up?
What have I done?
Eddie, I am about to break the official Secrets Act. I think we've had a bit of a row.
Just flaming childish, the lot of you.
I don't know.
What's up with him?
Can I join you?
It can't be the first, can it?
Hey, it is you. Sorry. I said hello, that's all.
Oh, hello.
Are you walking my way?
No.
Well, where are you going?
Nowhere.
I wonder what's on at the pictures.
Don't know.
Have you any idea? Wonder when Star Wars is coming round here.
Oh, it'll be a bit yet, I should think.
Yeah.
Hey, where's Susie tonight?
What's that got to do with anything?
Just wondered.
And I was wondering whether you were going to get me a drink or not.
Oh, women's lab, innit?
No, they've always had it cushy women right from the start. And they're never satisfied.
You can say that again.
You're right there, Eddie. They're never satisfied.
I suppose you're speaking from experience here, Fred?
I should think he's speaking for the lot of you.
Listen, I'd give them this equality, let them have the equality, and the first thing they can do is go down the pits.
Well, I'll tell you what, Eddie. You put your pit boots on and I'll follow you down, because if we were all equal to you, there'd be nobody doing hands turn.
The working man's life in this country is nothing but graft.
They give you a medal in Russia. Eddie Yates, hero of Soviet labour.
Graft, 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 and more graft. And do you know why? To keep them in luxuries like washing machines and things.
Oh, I like Hilda Ogden. I mean, she's joined the aristocracy now. She's got a washing machine.
Aye, second hand. It'll be a life peerage.
Hey, anyway, what else turned you against women all of a sudden, Eddie?
I have seen the light, mate.
Well, I'm all in favour of it myself. If ever I'm marooned on a desert island, I know I'd want to swim ashore. And it wouldn't be that flipping Roy Plumley either.
Well, who would you choose for your fellow survivor?
Well, she'd not survive long with him. In fact, if she'd any sense, she'd swim back out to sea and look for that shark with big teeth.
Raquel Welch, do you?
Wrong entirely, Alf.
Yes, you do for me. I'm no intellectual.
It's publicity. That's all it is with them stars.
Oh.
No, but publicity.
Who would you take, then?
You ever been down to that little shop, that little florist down Rosamond Street?
No.
You want to go down there? Little bird in there, real cracker.
What, that shop near the bridge? That one?
Right cracker she is. She brings out the protective instinct in you, you know what I mean? She's only little, but if she ever comes on my island, I won't be sticking little notes in milk bottles, I'll tell you.
What are you doing going in florist?
Well, I go there for my cactuses, don't I, for my collection?
You don't collect cactuses.
I do now.
I couldn't help noting your outburst, Ray, but don't think I wish to intrude, because I don't. And I'm not going to offer advice which isn't wanted. Married life can be quite difficult enough without that, I happen to know.
Oh, well, I'm glad you're not going to intrude, Mrs. Walker, and I'm glad you're not going to offer me any advice. Thank you very much.
All I am going to say is this. There are times when we feel as though we are sailing through storms and tempests, when in reality they are nothing but a few scattered showers.
Thanks for the weather forecast. Very helpful.
I can see what you're thinking, you know. You're thinking that I'm an old fogey who knows nothing. But I have lived long enough to learn one thing, and it is a very great accomplishment. It is the secret of happiness in any relationship, and that is the art of dismounting gracefully from a high horse.
Well, if you're in the habit of getting on, you'd have to learn how to get off, wouldn't you? But I'm not.
Yes, which only goes to show how little some people know about themselves, doesn't it? Anyway, if you haven't got the good sense to go back home and make it up, then I feel sorry for you, because you are just making yourself a hostage to misery, and there are enough of them already.
You're not going to give me any advice, are you?
No.
Good. Because if you do, I'm going to the Flying Horse.
When you want some more glasses collecting, do call me, won't you?
What's she on about?
Ah, somebody's trodden their cat.
Have you been upsetting Mrs. Walker, Ray? Look, Ray, you can make Deirdre's life a misery because you've paid for the licence to do that. But don't come in here ruining my life, Ducky. All right?
I wasn't expecting you back.
You've been asleep there, haven't you?
Till now.
Hmm?
I was enjoying having the house to myself. How was your mum?
Oh, never better. She should have left him years ago, you know. Years ago.
I thought you were stopping there tonight.
Aye, I was going to. One time I was going to keep her company. My poor old mother left all by herself. She has gone and got herself a date. Yeah.
Good luck to her.
That's what I said. Better than I can do for myself, isn't it?
What are you talking about? You got fellas falling over themselves to get dates with you.
Oh, yeah? Like who?
Like, young what's his name, Steve.
Oh, thrilling. Yes, he's got something about him as Steve. Have you ever been to Accrington on a wet Wednesday? It is very similar.
Well, Mike Baldwin likes him. He was only laughing about the time he got the truck stuck on Ainsdale Beach. He'd have to like him to laugh about
He
it.
doesn't follow Mike around, does he, like yesterday's chips?
Like what?
Oh, you know what I mean.
I know you're very choosy.
Shouldn't I be?
Yeah, why shouldn't you be? Except just remember it's a bloke you're looking for, not a hero.
Who says I'm looking for anything?
Oh, I beg your pardon, madam. I know I'm very old-fashioned and very outmoded. Have you had out to eat?
No, I'm not hungry. Hey, where's Gail?
I think she's gone over to the Rovers.
Oh, I think I'll take myself up there.
Not until you've had something to eat, you won't. You want something inside you in this weather?
Hey, even my mother stopped saying things like that to me, you know.
Well, aren't you lucky to have me? Now, look, I'm only doing some cheese on toast or something.
I'm not hungry, honestly.
You will sit there and eat what I put in front of you.
Yes, Auntie Elsie.
It doesn't make any difference at all.
Hey, where did she say she was tonight?
Oh,
Susie.
she's gone out with a fella who's got a jag.
She hasn't.
She has.
Who is he?
I don't know. I'm not all that interested.
Let's all go to a disco.
What a good idea. Why don't we?
Yeah, let's go and have a bit of fun.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm with you there. We can knock around the clock tonight,
Nobody
eh?
asked you, Yates.
Oh, you can't though, Ray.
Why not? I'm all dressed up.
Can't go to a disco and leave Deirdre.
I can do what I flaming well like. She doesn't want to come out with me, you heard her.
Oh, don't be daft.
Am I being daft? Have I got to spend the rest of my life in misery now?
Well, ask her.
But you heard what she's like, didn't you? You've seen her.
She might feel different. She might want to go out now.
Well, if you two are coming downtown, who's going to babysit any road?
Well, tell you what. If she wants to go, we'll stop and babysit for you, won't we, Steve?
What?
And if she don't, we'll come with you and I'll keep an eye on you.
Well, I'll tell her we're going. She's got the option.
Oh, I didn't think of looking in the Rovers for you.
Did you want out?
I was wondering if everything was all right.
Yeah, of course it is.
I couldn't get any answer, and Trace has been crying and crying. Is Deirdre not in?
She's just playing silly beggars, that's all. Deirdre. She's not here.
Let me take Tracy. Come on, darling. Oh,
Can you hang on here a minute?
Mind. Yes, of course.
Deirdre! Deirdre!
What do you think of this?
Shh, don't make a noise, Ernest.
Now what?
I'm just looking after her for a bit.
Oh, Emily, you knew I wanted to get these songs done tonight.
Could you go next door, Ernest, and fetch her carrot? I said you would.
Why, something wrong?
Well, it would seem so, yes. Could you go and get it, please?
For what?
There's obviously been a row.
Oh, heaven. We're not going to act like nursemaids every time they exchange words. I'm sorry, I've got to get these things...
Deirdre, it would appear, has walked out.
All right, fine, she's walked out. People do. She'll walk back again. I don't see that he's incapable of looking after his own
Ernest,
daughter.
please, please, he's looking for her. It's the baby she walked out on.
I don't believe it.
They had a row. When he came back, she was not there. Now, will you get the carrot?
Well, I must say, it's... Oh, all right.
There's a darling. There's a little panda. Oh, we're going to see Mummy in a few minutes, aren't we?
They've been gone a long time, haven't they?
Well, perhaps he's gone off the idea.
No, more likely they've started making it up then.
Yeah, well, I suppose it's time I was...
We can still go to a disco, can't we?
Do you really want to go?
Oh, show some enthusiasm.
Okay, I don't mind.
Great.
Only, it's a bit early yet, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I don't mind having another drink here.
You know, I finally worked this women's live out. We still buy the drinks, only now we buy them when you say so. Am I right?
I think that puts it very well.
Same again, sunshine.
Yes, please.
Has anybody seen Deirdre in the last half an hour?
You've been here with us in the last half hour.
Has anybody seen her?
Oh, walked out on you, she love. That should learn you.
Making a bit of an epic of it, aren't they?
It's making all the mistakes, you know, running after her like that. That's no way to handle a woman.
Oh, you'd know, would you?
I happen to be writing a book on the subject. I'm regarded as one of the world's leading authorities.
And so unassuming with it.
No, women are like gerbils. Feed them, keep them warm, you can't go wrong. In fact, there are some people that believe you even have to speak to them, but that's not strictly necessary.
Well, you would be well advised not to, because every time you open your gob, a load of rubbish comes out.
And that is another thing about women. Can't take a joke.
Depends on the comedian.
Hey, you two, quieten down. There's no hostilities in here. Neutral territory, this, you know. It's like Sweden.
You know what Sweden's famous for, don't you?
Aye, that and suicide. Scotch and cyanide, was it?
I don't care. If Mike Baldwin's in there, I'm turning straight round and coming home.
Oh, he's all right.
He might be as all right as spring lamb, but I've had enough of his problems for one day. Oh, typical, isn't it? If it's the rent man, shoot him.
Hello, Susie. Deirdre's not in here, is she?
No.
Oh, have you seen her?
Look, come in and shut that door, will you? There's an awful draught.
I was wondering if you'd seen Deirdre. I thought she might be in here.
Oh, should she be here?
Well, she's, we've had a bit of a row, you know.
Oh, and she's walked out on you?
No, I walked out on her.
Well, then.
Well, when I got back, there was just Tracy crying, and I...
Well, I saw her before.
When? When was that?
About half an hour ago, I suppose, maybe a bit before. Going up over... Oh, what's the... Other side of Croft.
By the canal there?
Going that way, yeah.
Look, love, you're not really as worried as all that, are you?
You don't know the half of it.
No, I don't. But why don't you sit down and tell me about it?
Well, what do you make of that, then?
I think that's one very worried young man.
She's gone off anyway. Poor little lamb.
I just don't see Deirdre doing anything silly. Not Deirdre.
She hasn't exactly been Deirdre of late, has she? And you know all about why.
Well, I know something about why. I know somebody tried to rape her, but I obviously don't know all about why.
Well, isn't that enough?
No, I don't know. I just cannot see Deirdre of all people.
You can't see her walking out and leaving her own baby. She has done.
But what I mean is, shouldn't somebody be around there now, in case she comes back? She might be back already.
Well, it's easy enough to look in from time to time.
No, I mean, we should move over lock, stock and barrel, take Tracy back. I don't know why she was brought here in the first place.
Really, Ernest, you
No, hold on. I'm not being funny about it.
Yes, you are. Because somebody's problems have obtruded upon your reverie at the piano.
Oh, come on, Emily. There's no point in us having a row as well. All I mean is that it will be just as convenient for us there as here.
Yes, I suppose you're right. Unless she really doesn't come back tonight, and then it's best if Tracy... I'm sorry, Ernest.
No need, love.
It just makes me feel so awful. You know, I look at that poor child, and I know Deirdre must have been in a terrible state of mind just to walk out and leave her like that. She must have been.
Yes, well, just don't say any of that to Ray, all right?
No.
You're all talk, you are. Typical Cockney, all north and south.
Oh, speaks it like a native, doesn't
Well,
he?
I'm listening, mate. Look, if you've got any practical hints, like, on how to achieve this dazzling success with women...
Listen, if he's got any power over women, I'll tell you this secret right now. A big car and plenty of that. Am I right?
Look, anyone can buy a brush. That doesn't make him Michelangelo, mate.
Listen, I've seen some of your birds. They modelled for Picasso. Not only that, he got a very good likeness.
Yeah, I've always liked that joke. Can't beat the old radio fun, can we?
Look, do you mind, Eddie? I'm trying to improve my prospects here, seriously. Now, come on, Michael. Give us the griff. How do you do it?
You want to know the secret, do you? Total power over women, is that what you want?
I wouldn't mind giving it a try.
Ah, yeah, but are you ready for it?
Well, if I'm not ready now, I never will be.
No, I don't know if I should pass this power on to you two. I mean, you could become a danger to the community. Especially him.
Well, he's that already.
No, I can't. No, the responsibility is just too great.
All right, then. Demonstrate it.
Well, don't I do that every day?
No, come on. Let's see this power of yours working now.
Yeah, come on. Practical demonstration now.
Gentlemen, there are laws,
I'll tell you what. You pull the next woman that comes into this pub.
Of course he could.
Whoever it is, And you've got 10 seconds from when you leave this bar.
It's no trouble to him, that, you know.
Well, I'm not so sure about this 10 seconds. No, just a minute. When women are like vintage wine, they have to be treated with respect. They have to be cosseted, savoured. So make it 30 seconds.
Right.
Hey, have me fingers crossed.
The next, whoever she is, right?
Right, the next, whoever she is.
Oh, yes,
miss.
Is Mrs. Falker in?
She is, love.
Oh, well, she wanted to see this book. It's published by a charity.
Yeah, well, don't tell me, Chuck. You can go straight to the Oracle. One thing, she's in a very funny mood.
Well, do you think I should leave it?
Why not be a devil for once in your life?
Why not?
I said if you wanted to, you could do. It's up to you.
Oh, you've fallen on your feet, haven't you? You've got a choice of two.
You want the new plonk or the vintage?
What are you doing here? Well, same as you, I suppose. You're supposed to be at your mother's.
I thought it was the fella with the jag.
What are you on about?
Never mind.
Look, I'll tell you all about my mother. When I get a drink, it's a laugh.
What is it? What are you going to have?
I think Elsie's getting me one,
No,
Steve.
no, it's my round.
I thought we were going to the disco.
Do you fancy it?
Oh, no.
Right, come on, the filly.
Oh, and where would you like me to take it? Any preference?
The wrestling.
Why not make it Speedway? I don't go for that either.
No, and you've got 30 seconds from now.
Now, look, if you planned on going into town, don't let me stop you.
No,
Can I have
really.
a word with you, Susan? Look, Right, you lot owe me a scotch.
I want to see proof.
Be at Bellevue tomorrow, then.
What did Mr. Baldwin want? Steve,
Yeah?
I'll have a lager.
Oh, yeah, OK.
Well, he said if I don't go to the wrestling with him tomorrow night, he'll break my leg. Did you say? I said, yeah. Hey, kid, I think the boss fancies me.
No sign of her at all.
I've looked practically everywhere.
Did you say anything to Susie when she saw her?
Hell, I never asked.
Well, she'd have said, wouldn't she? Susie would have said.
She just mentioned it was down by the cut. I never thought of nothing else. I just ran down there.
Look, Ray, do you really think Deirdre had something like that in mind? I mean, is that what you think?
It's my fault, isn't it? It is
Well,
my
is that
fault.
what you
I
think?
don't know. I just don't know what else to do, where else to look.
Have you rung Mrs. Hunt?
No, I never...
Well, maybe she's been in touch. You never know.
I don't see that at all. She's hardly likely to walk out and then ring a mullen, now is she?
Well, she might. We could try ringing
I
Blanche.
still think the first thing we ought to do is ring the police. I mean, they've got cars all over the place. They'd find her bound to.
We're probably just over-dramatising everything, but I think Ernest's right. Really.
Yes, all right, I'll ring the coppers. Just give me a minute, will you?
Yeah, I think I'll just go and... You never know.
Shall I get the police, Ray?
Yeah. Just come back, kid.
Any news?
None. It's just calling the police again. We can't just keep sitting here doing nothing, can we?
What can she be up to? What can have got into her?
No idea, Ellis. I wish I had.
You don't think...
I don't know what to think.
Hello, I want to talk to you about my wife. That is, I want to report her missing. Yes, missing. Well, disappeared like. Well, I don't know about 7. Tonight, yes, 7 tonight. Well, I know it's not a very long time, but... Langton, Deirdre Langton. Raymond, yes, at number 5 Coronation Street. Harm? Well, what do you mean, harm? Well, I don't know, do I? She's not been feeling too good lately, and... 24 hours? Look, if your wife walked out leaving a 10-month-old baby alone in the house, would you want to wait 24 hours before you did something about it? Well, of course I've checked with her mates. If I hadn't, I wouldn't be talking to you now, would I? She's 22. Shoulder-length, light brown hair. Probably wearing a dark green overcoat. Yeah, she wears specs.
Hey, look! Oi! Couldn't point us in the direction of Dingley Road, could you, love? I'm hanged if I can find it. Dingley Road! You are local, aren't you? Only the last person asked didn't know what the hell I went on about. And that made 2 of us. The turning off the bypass, isn't it? I've been round this flaming bypass so often I should be seeing myself coming back in a bit. You wouldn't happen to know just where off it, would you?
You take the Weatherfield turning and then it's first left.
You're a lad. What are you? With a bit of luck, I might make it home tonight after all. Ta-ra.
Okay, Ta. And look, if you do hear anything before I do, yeah. Cheers. Well, they're going to keep an eye out.
Well, that's something.
And if she's not back by morning, she'll be officially reported as missing.
Oh, it won't come to that, Ray. I'm sure it won't. She's probably just... Well, there must be some simple explanation.
Like what? Everybody says there must be some simple explanation. I'd like to hear it. Why does somebody like Deirdre just walk out on the kid like that without a word to anybody? Well, you don't know, do you? No more than I do. We can guess, though, can't we?
I know Deirdre's been through a lot, Ray, but she's hardly the type to consider anything silly.
Of course she's not.
Not Deirdre.
The idea's absurd.
We all get depressed sometimes.
Yeah, well, it depends how depressed, doesn't it? Deirdre was practically at rock bottom.
All the same.
She's got so much to... Well, Tracy, you, a lovely home.
Yeah, but it didn't stop her walking out on it, did it? I mean, she can do that. Who's to say what else she can do?
Would you like a drink of something? Tea?
Good idea.
Ray.
Look, I don't want to seem... It's just that I'd like to be on my own for a bit. Do you mind?
What about Tracy?
I can see to Tracy.
If you're sure.
I am.
If there's anything we can do, Ray.
Don't hesitate.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's nothing to worry about.
Mr. Baldwin, same again.
If you're twisting my arm, yes, sir.
And a scotch, please, Mrs. Walker.
Right. If he knew your little caper, it wouldn't be a scotch you'd be getting. It'd be a bunch of fives in your gob.
And what little caper would that be?
The one with Susie. As if you didn't know.
Luck of the draw, darling. Anyway, what's it got to do with Steve?
Look, she's only a kid. Why don't you stick to somebody your own age?
I did, darling. But then I got round to thinking that women are like cars. I prefer them with a low mileage.
I'm a leg man myself.
Shut your face, Eddie.
Thank you, Mr. Baldwin. Thank you very much. Cheers, Stevie.
Oh, nice one, Boy Wonder. What, no crisps?
Did you ask for some?
I did, didn't I?
Oh, what type?
Smoky bacon.
Dave?
No, thank you. You treat him like dirt. Well, he asks for it, doesn't he?
I want you to be a good girl for your daddy. If you are, your mum will be home very soon. Now lie down, darling. Come on, close your eyes. That's a good lass. Deirdre.
Hello?
Hello. Is that all you've got to say? Have you any flaming idea at all what you've put me through these last 2 hours, have you?
Ray.
What did you think you were doing? Leaving Tracy on her own like that? What in hell flaming fire's name possessed you?
Please.
Don't you ever pull a stunt like that again.
For heaven's sake.
Do you hear me? Because if you do, so help me. Just don't ever do it again, that's all.
There we are, service with a smile. I'm glad to hear it, because you're doing the cooking tonight, remember?
Oh, I'm not, am I?
No, I'm not, Emma. Go on, tell me you're going out and you can't do it.
I'm going out and I can't do it.
How is it every time it's your turn to do the cooking, you manage to wriggle out of it?
Look.
More like good management.
Anybody we know this day to your Susie?
Hey, I thought I said you were to stop in bed.
Tracy needs changes.
I can see to that.
I'm up now.
How are you feeling?
All right.
Honest?
Well, a bit half-baked, you know.
Do you want to tell me about it yet?
You really want to hear about it?
I do.
I wasn't going to come back, you know, Ray. When I walked out of that door, that was going to be it.
Yeah, I know. Leaving Tracy like that, it's pretty final. So what were you going to do? You must have had something in mind.
I think you know what I had in mind, Ray. Back of my mind, any road.
Well, what about me? Or didn't you care?
Well, that's just it. I didn't care. I mean, that's the whole point. That's why I walked out in the first place. I didn't care about you or Tracy. I just wanted shot of it. I can't explain.
Well, try. Try, eh?
Well, you know that kids' game they play where somebody puts a blindfold on you and they twirl you round and round. Blind man's buff, I think they call it. When they've done twirling you, well, everything's just going round and round. You don't know what direction you're facing or anything. And just stumbling round trying to grab hold of somebody or something. That's what it's felt like since that night. I mean, before that, I was so sure of everything. You, Tracy. After that, nothing seemed the same. It just didn't seem the same, Ray. I just didn't feel I could trust anything anymore.
Everything is the same, love. Honest. It is.
Yeah, of course it is.
So what happened last night?
It'll sound daft.
Go on.
Well, I walked about a bit and finished up on this bridge looking over a motorway. There was this lorry driver there. He wanted to know the way to Dingley Road. He said he were in a hurry to get home.
So?
Well, when he said that, just knew that's where I wanted to be and all. So I came home.
Is that it?
I said it'd sound daft. Oh, I'm just glad there are a lorry driver there. There might not be next time.
There's not going to be a next time.
Yeah,
love.
well, I'm going to go to the doctor's and make sure there isn't.
That's the first sensible thing you've said in weeks.
Hey, Dingley Road is off the Weatherfield bypass, isn't it?
Yeah, why?
I just wanted to be sure I'd done him a favour and all.
Sausages.
Oh, we had them last night.
Meatballs.
Pardon? Oh, no, I think I'm getting past caring. You know what I miss about not having a fella around the house? Them nice leisurely meals of an evening. You know, with these kids, it's like feeding time at the zoo. You put it on the table, and it's gone and they're away.
Face getting you down, is it?
It is when I'm left to do the washing up. What am I doing? You know, other people can't wait for the kids to go up and get them out of the house. Me, I'm saddled with somebody else's.
There's company for you.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes I wonder if I shouldn't try and do without them.
Could you, though?
I don't know. You make out, don't you?
Well, let's say I put a brave face on it. As a matter of fact, I wouldn't mind having a couple of kids to look after, even if they weren't my own. Keeps you young, doesn't it?
Wrong. The quickest way to feel your age is to listen into a conversation about punk rock and boyfriends. I think I'll have a tin of corned beef, love. I can't stand here gassing all day.
Large or small?
Oh, small. Susie's out tonight. Hey, did you hear about Deirdre coming back?
Yeah, Emily said.
Did they say why she went?
Mrs. Howard.
Well, they said it was some sort of misunderstanding.
Aye, and the rest.
Yeah. Do you know, there's been something going on at that house for a long time, if you ask me.
Mrs. Howard?
Huh? Yes, love?
Did I hear you say that Susie was going out tonight?
Yes, that's right.
You don't happen to know where, do you?
Oh, no, they never tell me nothing. No how. Thanks, love.
Ta-ra. Looking for somebody to take out then, are we, Steve?
Pardon?
No, I just thought Susie had stood you up,
Oh,
that's
no.
all.
No, not at all. No, she never said
No,
anything.
there's not. No way to get embarrassed, love, at all. I'm not exactly old enough to be your mother.
I never said you were.
Tell you what, I'll give you a key for this place, and just in case you're at a loose end.
I don't think I will. Anyway, you don't mean it, do you?
Don't I?
Packet of cocoa, please.
We'll be late. In fact, we're late already.
Well, the perk's gone out with the boss, isn't it?
Look, can't you do this in your room?
What, and freeze today?
If Elsie comes in here and finds this place in a mess...
Gail, you live your life in a permanent state of fear, worry about what the folk will do and think. Live dangerously once in a while, can't you?
You don't mind her knowing about you-know-who, then?
I do not think Elsie is in the remotest bit interested about who I go out with.
Why are you putting off telling her, then?
I'm not putting it off. I'm biding my time. It's called tactics.
Oh, is that what it's called?
Think this is too flash for wrestling?
For wrestling, yeah. For Mike Baldwin, no.
Oh, your nose is put out of joint, ain't it? Mind you, I don't blame you. I mean, there you are, here I am, and he prefers me to you. Yes, I'd be put out as well.
Look, let's get this straight, Susie. I don't care if Mike Baldwin prefers you to me or anybody else for that matter. All I care
Yes?
is how other people might feel.
Like who?
Steve, you know what he feels about
I know
you.
what you tell me he feels about me.
About
Well, I'm
you.
not crackers about
Then
him.
why don't you tell him?
Look, if he's too thick to get the message, I mean, I don't encourage him.
You definitely do.
Well, only a bit. I just feel I'm so soft-hearted. I don't like to see people suffer.
You are a cow.
Yeah. What about this one?
Will you just be watching the wrestling?
Well, there's always afterwards, isn't there?
Then that's perfect.
Hello, Emily. Hello. Sorry I can't stop. I was a bit of a rush.
Come through anyway.
Hi.
Hiya. How is she this morning?
Well, she's better than what she has been, if that's how to go on.
Has she seen the doctor?
Yeah, we just got back. It was him who suggested we went away. What he said was she needed a complete break. I suppose I should have thought of it myself. Maybe if I hadn't.
Oh, actually, I suggested it and she wouldn't hear of it.
Well, she's going today. No danger. Look, about last night, I'm sorry. I was a bit on edge.
Forget it.
I don't want you to think I wasn't grateful, though.
Look, you said nothing that any other worried husband wouldn't have said. All right.
If you say so.
Yeah, I do, so forget it.
And Deirdre's really all right.
Well, she keeps going on about how she can't forgive herself for leaving Tracy like that. She's hardly been able to look at her all morning.
She'll get over that soon enough, I'm sure.
Yeah. Anyway, I'll see you when I see you.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Do hope everything's all right this time.
Me too.
them straight, love. I mean, just tell them that if they want them papers delivering, they'll have to do it themselves or pay you extra money.
Anyway, what happened to paper, lads? How do you think of the past?
Well, getting them to turn up on time seems to be...
You know, I remember as a lad turning out in all weathers to deliver papers. It wasn't just the cash, you know. I knew folk were relying on me. Fat chance of that these days.
I delivered papers once, and on my round there was this very posh private school. It was like a stately home, but I had to use tradesman's entrance. And I used to think, when I've made it big, I'll send my children there. Then we'll see which door we use. All a dream, though.
Like a lot of other things.
I keep dreaming recently that I own my own little business, a wool shop. Dreamt it last night and last week.
It might come true. Hey, if it does, you can tell Rita what to do with the papers.
Fat chance I have of owning my own business. I mean, what'll I do for money?
I thought your Auntie Edie left you a tidy sum.
Not enough to buy the wool, let alone the shop.
So you go on being put on, is that what you're saying?
There's nothing new in that.
Beth,
Mrs. Walker.
I feel one of my headaches coming on. I think perhaps a short lie down is in order.
Yes, Mrs. Walker.
We're not very busy, are we, so you should be able to manage?
Yes, Mrs. Walker.
If you happen to be making a cup of tea lately.
I'll bring you one up, Mrs. Walker.
Perhaps it's my interpretation, Bet, but sometimes the tone of your voice belies the sympathy of your words. Migraine is no joke, you know.
No, Mrs. Walker. One of her opening time headaches.
Now then.
Now then what? I'm only saying what you're thinking.
Ah, she just might have a headache and all.
And it just might have gone by closing time. In fact, I'll put money on it. Yes, love?
Fine, please.
Oh, God. We can do better than that. Shall we try again? Both together, this time with a smile, right? Yes, love?
A pint, please.
All right. You win.
Where are you taking it then? Well, for starters, I thought a little restaurant I know. Intimate lighting, good food, good wine. And then I might take a restaurant. Then on the other hand, I might not.
Jammy beggar. Makes you sick, doesn't it?
What do you mean? You dreamed up the bet.
Well, how did you know she'd go out with you? She might have turned you down flat.
I didn't know, did I? Then again, I didn't have to labour the point, did I?
Why is it I never get luck like that?
I keep telling you, kid, we make our own luck, good and bad. Mind you, I was glad it was Susie that walked through the door first. Could have been Mrs. Ogden.
Luke, I'll do it. Who I go out with is my own business, you know, and if it comes out, that's what I'll tell her.
Now's your chance.
Well, let me do it. It needs a subtle approach, this.
What is this? A collection for Oxfam?
I'll shift it in a sec.
Well, mind you do. Put the kettle on, will you, love? What a flaming afternoon. And I spent most of it on the phone. 2 machines packed up. And could I get Tom? Could I Eckers like?
Elsie.
Huh?
Me and Gail were having this sort of, well, discussion.
I see.
About you, as a matter of fact.
Oh, aye.
About how broad-minded you are. Gail says you're not broad-minded, and I say you are. 'Cause I said, if one of us planned to go out with someone like, well, like Mike Baldwin, for example, you'd say it was our business, wouldn't you?
That's what you said, is it?
Yeah, I'd be right, wouldn't I?
Well, it depends. Are you planning to go out with someone like Mike Baldwin, for instance?
Well, could be. Yes, as a matter of fact, I am.
I see.
Hey, I told you were wrong, didn't I?
Susie, if you want me to tell you what I'd say if you were my kid, I'd tell you you're a silly little idiot and you'd probably get eaten alive. And if you still insisted on going, I'd probably sit up all night chewing my finger ends. And then I'd have another go at you. But as you're not my kid, I'll save me energy and tell you what you do is your business. And if that's what you call being broad-minded, well, yes, I am.
Double top and I'm there.
Oh. Shall I show you how it's done, shall I? Come on, give us yours.
Now, see what he does.
Do you always win at everything?
Yeah, generally.
Give us a scotch, will you, Fred?
Mr. Baldwin?
Speak to me.
I couldn't help overhearing earlier about this bet and Susie.
Oh, yeah.
If you stop to think about it, it doesn't seem too fair, does it?
No?
Well, on Susie, I mean. I know it's only a bit of fun to you, but she's probably dead chuffed you being the boss and that.
Go on.
Well, I was thinking, you presumably won your bet by getting her to agree to go. Couldn't we just leave it at that and skip the actual,
Well, if she's looking forward to it, like you say, that wouldn't be fair, would it? If fairness is what you're concerned with.
Well, of course it is.
Well, shall I tell you what I think? I think the only person that you're concerned with is yours truly. Because you fancy her yourself, and you haven't got the guts to do anything about it.
I happen to be thinking of her.
In that case, don't do her out of a night out. She wouldn't thank you for it. Neither do I. So I'll make myself clear.
Crystal clear.
Glad about that. Right, then, Eddie, where's his drink, Martin?
Yeah, Mike.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Cheers, Squire. Cheers, mate.
You've probably been in on this from the start.
Oh, you've heard then?
Yeah.
Well, look, Steve, if they really fancy each other, there's not a lot we can do, is there?
You obviously don't know all the facts. He only asked her because of some stupid bet. He would never have thought about it otherwise.
A bet? I don't think Susie knows that.
Yeah, well, which one of us is going to tell her?
Hey, do you like them?
Huh?
Me green nails.
You think you've gone mouldy?
Hey, I was thinking of asking him back for coffee afterwards.
Oh, yeah?
If that's all right with you.
Of course it's all right with me, providing you don't treat me like your aged mother and send me upstairs to bed with me hot water bottle. Oh, where the flaming heck is it?
What flaming thing are you looking for?
Yeah, there's a telephone number.
It is written on the front in letters of fire.
Oh, so it is.
Hey, will she be open now?
Oh, darling, she's like the windmill. She never closes. She'll be a millionairess by the time she's 40.
If she doesn't drop dead first. Do you know, I can just hear the vicar at her graveside. She went as she would have liked to have gone just before midnight, giving her favourite customer a copper rinse.
Come on.
Now what's up?
The phone. It's gone as dead as a dodo.
Oh, give it here. It's out of order.
Oh, that's all I needed, isn't it? If I don't get her today, I'll not get my appointment tomorrow. I know. I'll go down to the Rovers and do it.
And report the phone while you're there, yeah?
That's a very good idea. That's what I intended to do. Oh, and listen, should you be gone by the time I get back, have a good time. But more to the point, behave yourself.
And if I can't be good, be careful?
That's right.
Does Elsie know he's only taken her out for a bet?
No.
Well, I bet she'd tell her if she knew.
You're dead worried about her, aren't you?
Well, aren't you?
It's only a bit of fun.
Well, I think it's a rotten trick myself.
You're going to tell him that?
I might.
Hey, next time you see Alf Roberts, grab him warmly by the throat for me, will you?
Why, what's he done to you? Hey, give us a pint with it, up and a vodka and tonic.
Yeah. Not me, us, Fairclough and wife.
What about us, then?
Well, you know that money Melton Mavis is coming to?
Yeah, what about her?
Your mate's only been trying to talk her into using it to start a business for herself, that's all. So if she goes, so does your lion in the morning. Because if you think this little bird's getting up with a dawn chorus to open up that shop, you've got another thing coming.
Give over.
I'm telling you.
Give over. Mavis couldn't run a business. She can't even run a flipping May Queen. What sort of a business?
Well, she's thinking about a wool shop.
And that's as far as it'll get thinking about it, isn't it? You know, Mavis, I'm thinking about opening a business. I'm thinking about writing a book. She's probably thinking about eloping to Gretna Green with Derek. None of these things will happen. She's a thinker, not a doer.
I just hope you're right, love, that's all.
Of course I'm right. I know Mavis, don't I?
Did you get through, lovey? Yes, thank you, love.
What about your own phone?
Oh, well, I got the operator to try the line to see if it was clear, but no joy. All I could get was a voice saying, I'm sorry, madam, the line is temporary out of service, whatever that might mean.
Don't you know what it means, dear?
Well, I should have thought he meant it was out of order.
Hardly, dear. No, I believe temporary out of service is what might be called a post office euphemism.
A whatism?
A euphemism, dear. Or, in other words, a polite way of saying that the line has been disconnected. Due, usually, to an unpaid bill.
Is that so?
I believe so, yes. Was it an oversight, dear?
No, it was not, but thank you very much for the use of the phone.
Not at all. Any time you're in a difficulty.
Mrs. Walker.
Yes, dear.
You enjoyed that.
Oh, now, Bet. You know as well as I do, dear, there isn't a malicious bone in my body.
You've seen one of these before, haven't you, Chuck?
What?
It is what is called a telephone bill, and they send them out in that colour when they get sick and tired of waiting for the money.
Oh, well, haven't you paid it?
No, I haven't paid it, and do you want to know why I haven't?
You forgot, didn't you?
No, I didn't forget. I remembered. I remember that I paid it last time. So it's your turn to pay it this time. You and your little mate, Loopy Loo.
Oh, now, come on, Elsie. We never use this phone. We make all our private calls from the shop.
Come on yourself. You use that phone twice as much as I do, at least. So I'll leave it in your hands. Agreed?
All right. I'll see to it.
Yes, you will, because it's something I intend to see to personally.
You're the best person to tell her.
Why am I?
Because you're her best friend. Are you going to tell her?
I might. Guess who?
Jackie Pallow.
Oh, it's my soft, sexy hands giving me away again, isn't it?
I didn't expect to see you here tonight. You having a drink?
No, love, I'm late as it is, honestly.
Well, 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 I sound lucky lad's birthday tonight, I reckon.
Well, I do.
You do for me, any time.
If I was 10 years younger...
Eddie, love, I'm fatally attracted to older men. Did nobody tell you?
Now she tells me.
Hey, evening, men.
Cheeky.
Oh, Mrs. Walker, could I please use your phone to phone a taxi?
Dear me, we are busy tonight. Still, it's hardly your fault if your landlady doesn't pay her bills on time.
Well, she does need looking after. She'd go to pot if I wasn't there, honestly. Do you know a number for good taxi firms?
There's a card here over the telephone in the hall.
Thank you.
Put the money in the box provided.
I will.
Well?
She's on the phone now, isn't she?
To order a taxi.
It's knowing how to put it, isn't it?
You're not going to tell her, are you?
Of course I am.
You're supposed to be a friend.
She's only got herself to blame. She could have refused it.
But she didn't know it was a bet, did she?
What difference does that make?
It means she'll look a fool.
And you wouldn't like that, would you?
No.
No. I still think it serves her right.
Oh, it is Mike you're going out with, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I heard it was. A quick word in your shell, like.
What?
Now, you've heard of mutton dressed up as lamb.
Yeah.
But have you ever heard of a wolf dressed up as Mike Baldwin?
Don't worry, love. I'll watch him in the clinches.
You'll need to, love.
Yeah,
Oh, Stevie, love, do cheer up. She's not all that bad company, really. It's just that sometimes she doesn't always remember to put her brain in gear before she opens her mouth.
Just ready for the off?
Yes,
are we?
they're just about to turn my pumpkin into a golden coach or a taxi, more to the point. Well, I'll see you. Don't wait up for me, will you?
Gail. Susie.
Yeah?
Look, I think there's something you should know about.
Well, if it's the birds and the bees...
No, I'm serious.
What?
Look, Mike Baldwin's not taking you out tonight because he...
Because he what?
Well, because he doesn't want to.
Then why is he taking me out?
Well, because he bet Eddie in that lot that he could.
I see. Well, thanks for telling me, Steve.
Give us one of my specials, will you, Felix?
Right, Mr. Baldwin. What's it tonight, blonde or brunette?
Redhead.
Makes a change.
Yeah.
Don't know how you do.
Well, there's no mystery about it, Felix. I just put it down to good looks, plenty of bread, and an overpowering personal modesty.
I don't know. They told me I could be naughty at 40, but all I've got to look forward to is being thrifty at 50.
Oh, we're closed, Mr. Tatlock. Can't you see what it says?
There's a light on.
I was looking for something to read for myself.
Well, now you know I'm fixed, don't you? I can't get to sleep until I've had a bit of a read. So I'll have to pop round and pick up that book. You know, the one you promised to shove on one side for me when you come in.
Come on in.
You did put it on one side, I hope.
Yes, I did. That's it, I take it. Blood on the Prairie.
That's the one.
Oh, and please, Mr. Tatlock, don't come round at this time again, if you don't mind.
Oh, it's not all right. I know you young'uns don't expect to put it a minute longer than what you forced.
Look, this particular young'un has been on her feet in this shop since 6 o'clock this morning.
Well, more fool you. You ought to get yourself into a union. You're being took advantage of.
Oh, hello. Hello, Mavis.
Oh, Derek.
Still open, then?
Oh, yeah, well, like 24-hour service here.
Are you upset about something?
Oh, it's just that I think Mr. Tatlock does have a point for once. I mean, they do put on me Len and Rita.
I'll get you a cup, Mavis. We'll go and have a drink, eh?
Well, I thought I'd have an early night, actually.
So, have an early night. Later. Go and get your coat, Mavis.
All right, do.
You're definitely not going then?
What, look like cheese at Form's, would you?
Yes, I would.
You would?
I would. And I'd have the best in the house and a couple of bottles of champagne, and then I'd order some mushy, soft sweets so as I could smash it all over his big daft head afterwards.
Do you know, I never thought of that.
Well, you can always order another taxi.
Oh, I can't be bothered.
Well, how about some fish and chips and a bottle of light ale?
Yeah, why not? Let's live a little. Flaming fellas.
Yeah, and I'll tell you something else, kid. The older you get, the worse they get. Cut some bread and butter, will you?
OK.
But what did she say?
I've told you, nothing.
She must have said something.
She didn't. She just walked off.
What about the taxi?
Well, I paid for it.
Sir Galahad.
Do you know, sometimes I just don't understand you.
Look, I told you I was going to tell her. I just hadn't worked out how to put it. Yeah. And I don't see why she shouldn't have gone. She'd have just had a good time, which is more than I'm having.
Till she found out.
She might never have found out.
Oh, but she would, wouldn't she? Because you'd have seen to that, wouldn't you?
Lovers taking up?
Lover, him? Oh, that'd be the day.
Never mind. Plenty more fish in the sea, yeah?
You don't have to tell me that.
Of course I don't.
Of course, you know where you're going wrong, don't you, Mavis?
Where?
Living there. I mean, they've got you just where they want you, haven't they? As long as you're still living over the shop.
Well, there's nothing much I can do about that, is there?
Well, of course there is.
Like what?
Like getting a place of your own.
Place of my own?
Yes. After all, you've got a little nest egg. I know you were thinking of putting it into a business, but you'd be a lot more sensible putting it into bricks and mortar.
Well, it's only a few £100, Derek. It's hardly enough to buy me a place of my own.
No, but it's enough for a down payment, and you can get the rest on a mortgage.
I never thought of that. Can you get a mortgage on a flat?
Well, not a flat, necessarily. A little house.
Oh.
Here, hang on a sec. I want to show you something. Excuse me, Rita. Is this tonight's paper?
Yeah.
Can I borrow it a minute?
Yeah, help yourself.
Oh, thanks. Just that bit.
Of course, you know what they're doing, don't you? Looking for a little business for her.
Rubbish.
I'm telling you. They've got it open at property section.
£7,000.
Well, you'd only have to find just over 6.
That sounds a lot, Derek.
Well, what about this for 5? Or this? Look, there's lots of suitable properties.
Yes, there are, aren't there?
Don't really go with fish and chips, does it?
What?
My dress.
Well, let's face it, he won't exactly be whooping it up, will he?
Hopefully.
No reply?
Unobtainable.
Looks as though she's let you down, doesn't it? Oh, well, happens to the best of us, Mr. Baldwin.
About 6,000.
Yes.
Oh, it's a lot of money, Derek, for an ordinary terraced house.
Well, that's what they're getting from these days, Mavis. It's that terrible word, inflation. My grandfather lived in a house like this, and he paid 600 for it. Just £600.
It's very nice, though, isn't it? I mean, it's very well maintained.
Oh, in excellent order, I'd say.
Where's the other one?
20 Milton Terrace. Do you know it?
Oh, yes, it's that nice little cul-de-sac over by the park.
Have you time to have a look?
Well, I have if you have.
Of course I have. Hey, it's quite a fun house hunting, isn't it?
It's exciting.
Where the hell can she be? She said she wouldn't be long.
Where's she gone?
Oh, search me. Derek whisked her off somewhere in his car. I reckon they've gone to look at a business for her.
Robbie.
Well, 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 good of you to come back.
I haven't been all that long.
Oh, no, there's only been a dirty big queue here, that's all.
Well, I'm sorry about that, Rita, but I'm afraid I'm going to have to go out again a bit later on.
Look, what's going on? Or am I not entitled to ask?
Well, I've got an appointment, actually, with the deputy manager of my building society.
What about?
A mortgage. What did I tell you?
You're not buying a business, are you?
No, a house, actually.
A house?
Yes, that's where I've been this morning, looking at houses.
And?
I've seen one I like very much.
28 wastes.
Yeah, that's right.
You'll never get into them, Ken.
Actually, they're for Uncle Albert.
Eh?
Yeah, he wants them for Peter up in Glasgow. Remember, I bought him a pair before.
Yeah, it must get drafted this time of year in a kilt.
That's
I
right.
think there's a pair in the back. Okay.
Okay.
Don't bother.
Ooh, you two at loggerheads again?
You could say that.
Morning, Kemp. Or is it? I don't think my eyes have opened yet.
Late night last night, was it?
You could say that, yes, Evie.
Yeah, what's their name?
I didn't ask her. It was just one of those brief encounters that went on a bit longer than it should have done, if you know what I mean.
No.
Oh.
Hey, Ken. 8 quid to you.
Right, thank you.
Cheers, man.
Okay? Right, cheerio. I'll see you later then.
Yeah, I'll fill you in on all the gory details. They're those skirts you were crying for. Well, go on, go and unpack them. What happened to you last night, then?
I changed my mind. I decided I didn't want to be third prize in a raffle.
What are you talking about?
I'm sorry I lost to your bet.
Who told you about that?
Do you want a list?
Don't think I invited you out for that stupid bet, do you?
Well, why else would you? Never asked me out before.
Suit yourself. You missed a great night, anyway.
Even though you can't remember her name.
When did you change this window last?
Not long ago.
Long enough for it to get covered in cobwebs. Now change it again.
He wants the window changing.
I only did it last week.
That's what he said, so let's do it, shall we?
Look, if you've got something on your mind, I wish you'd spit it out.
What could I possibly have on my mind, Gail?
I don't know. All I know is you haven't looked at me since this morning. It's not my fault he made a mug of you, is it?
Only he didn't make a mug of me, did he? As it turns out, it was other road round, no thanks to you.
Me?
Look, don't tell me you didn't know what the setup was in the pub last night when I was phoning the taxi.
I was going to tell you.
Of course you were. You broke your leg running after me, didn't you?
Look, it was awkward.
No, love, convenient for you.
What do you mean?
You wanted me out of the road with Baldwin to leave you and little Stevie Wonder all to yourselves, and to hell what happened to me in the process. What's that bit about who needs enemies? I'll be back as quick as I can.
Try and look on it as an early lunch, eh?
Good luck, Chuck.
I don't know what you're grinning at, Fetchler. That early morning lion is sinking slowly over the horizon.
No sweat.
You are?
Like I say, no sweat.
Morning, each.
Morning, Eddie.
It is your lucky day, Squire.
Hello, what football pool are you working for this morning, then?
Oven-ready turkeys.
Pardon?
I'm in a position to put one your way.
Be smelling a bit by Christmas, won't they, Eddie?
Smelling?
Well, if they fell off back of that lorry last night.
Listen, they're all above board. You can take my word for it.
Oh, Eddie, love, knowing you were involved, would we think otherwise?
Gracious me, no.
There's only one problem, though. I don't much care for turkey. I've always preferred something that looked over a gate than walked under it myself.
Well, here's someone who knows a good thing when he sees one.
Hello. What's this? Another of your rackets?
Oven-ready turkeys, Albert. I mean, can't you just picture it now? Doesn't the thought of it just start your taste buds salivating? Sitting there, all golden and crackly on your Christmas dinner table, dripping with stuffing.
Oh, and where are you getting them from?
An unimpeachable sauce, Albert.
Oh.
Well, I'm not telling you. You'll go straight there and cut me out, won't you?
Right, well, look, I'll tell you what I'll do with you.
Oh, yeah?
I'll take one on Apro.
Apro?
Yeah. And if I like it after I've eaten it, I'll pay you for it.
And what if you don't like it after you've eaten it?
Well, that's your bad luck, isn't it?
You must think I was born yesterday, Albert.
Oh, no. But a long time after me, I reckon.
Ooh, there's nothing more pathetic than a geriatric gangster, is there?
You know, I tell that to fellas what come round the door selling brushes. They never come back. Hey, this book I got last night.
What about it?
Well, there's been some bits cut out.
Oh, aye, let's have a look, Albert. Oh, yeah. Some of the spicy bits, I know. You sure it was the last borrower who cut them out, are you, Albert?
I shall crack on that I hadn't heard that.
Hey, never mind that. Come on, explain yourself.
Hey?
About Mavis in this house. What do you mean, no sweat?
It's just a pipe dream, darling.
It is Miss Riley.
Yes, miss. At the moment.
So the house you want to buy will be for yourself.
Yes.
And your offer for the property you want to buy has been accepted, has it?
No, not yet. No, I haven't made an offer yet. As such. Well, I haven't even seen inside it yet. I mean, it might turn out to be quite unsuitable. But, well, this is more in the way of an inquiry, really, just to see whether I could get a mortgage or not. A person in my position.
Single?
Yes, at the moment.
Yes. Now, these are details of your current income, are they?
Yes.
This represents your entire income, does it?
Well, apart from what I get from you.
From me, Miss Riley?
Well, the society and interest on the money I've got deposited with you.
Oh, that, yes. And the amount you wish to borrow, presuming you want to go ahead with this property, would be in the region of £5,500.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, excuse me. Has Mavis been in yet, do you know?
I'm afraid she's not, love, no. Mind you, she doesn't usually start a daily pub crawl this early, doesn't our Mavis? Why, did she say she would be?
Yes.
Oh, I see. Well, I'm sorry, I can't help you, love. But I will point her out to you when she comes in.
Oh, thanks.
Can I get you anything, Cock, or have you just come in out at cold?
Oh, no. Yes. A glass of shandy, please.
Why not? Go mad. Do you know, you could be absolutely legless by the time she gets here if you don't watch yourself. Any road, what I want to know is, how much longer is this going to go on for?
What?
This torrid love affair between you and her.
Oh, it's hardly...
When are you going to do the right thing by her and make an honest woman out of her? Folk are beginning to talk, you know.
Talk?
Of course. When person A is seen regularly in the company of person B, they do, don't they?
How much?
That'll do, love, to be going on with.
Bottle of lager, please.
Right.
Telephone working again, my dear?
Any time now.
Ah, good. I do hope that I didn't embarrass you yesterday by explaining the significance of what the telephone operator told you. I certainly didn't mean to.
Oh, I know, Mrs. Walker, but you did have me wondering a bit.
Wondering, dear?
Well, how anybody could know what temporary out of service meant unless it had happened to them at some time.
Just something somebody told me, dear.
1-1 at half-time, is that?
Away goals count double.
So there's absolutely no chance of a mortgage, then?
I'm afraid not in my present position.
Oh, dear, I'm sorry about that.
I'd really begun to set my heart on a house.
Yes.
Anyway, that's that. Another of my dreams bites the dust.
Don't be so sure, Mavis.
Pardon?
I said, don't be so sure. Don't give in so easily. That's a fault of yours, you know. It really is. There might still be a way of finding you a little house. Just let me think about it, all right? There could be another factor to take into account. Me.
Yes, Derek. Well, about 1 then, if you're sure it's convenient. I mean, you're sure you won't be having your
Any
dinner?
time's convenient. After all, you are a possible customer, aren't you?
About 1 then, yes.
As a matter of fact, she is precisely 8.5 minutes late.
It's not like her, that, is it?
No, I'll grant you that. Mavis is a lot of things, a lot of funny things, but she is not unpunctual. If she says she's nipping out for half an hour it is to the second, usually.
You don't think she might have had...
Had an accident? Well, it's possible. I mean, even Mavis is not immune to a chimney pot falling on her nut. But I don't think she's been run over or anything like that. Because Mavis is the only person in the world who looks 6 times both ways before crossing a one-way street.
Yes, I've noticed. Anyway, look, I'm going to be unpunctual myself if I don't get a move on. Will you tell her I'll slip in later? About lunchtime.
Any messages?
Oh, no, not really.
Think one up then, eh?
Pardon?
Oh, go on, brighten up my day a bit.
Right, if you insist. Tell her Tell her the plane leaves for Casablanca at 6.
Fancy that. Wet lettuce Derek has a sense of humour.
By God, those poached eggs were great, darling.
You're a greedy so-and-so. You have one breakfast at home and another one here. You'll be getting as fat as a pig.
Keeps you warm, sweetheart. Especially in bed.
I told you on an errand.
10 minutes longer than you said, errand.
What's 10 minutes?
Derek called.
Oh, good.
You and him aren't going Casablanca, are you?
Casablanca?
No, it was Derek joking.
Oh.
You know what a comic he is.
No, we're not going to Casablanca. We might very well be striking out in another direction. Do you want me to do the returns, Rita?
Yeah.
Do you want to come look at the face?
Having second thoughts, are we?
No.
Oh, yeah?
Look, why should I all of a sudden?
Seeing him with her.
She's a flipping buyer. She's not his...
His what?
His bird.
Yeah, he'll probably be taking her out tonight, though, won't he? Probably to the same place as he would have taken you, I shouldn't wonder.
All in a day's work.
Since when's night been day?
Look, Uma, you make up your flaming mind. Do you want me to take up with Mike Baldwin or don't you?
Take up with him. And do me a favour. He only asked you out for a meal and that were to win a bet.
Ah, yes, but once in my clutches like a fly on fly paper.
You don't half fancy yourself, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
Why didn't you go out with him then? Get him in your clutches.
Well, it was no thanks to you, was it? I mean, it took Steve to tell me I was a prize filly.
Done you no harm to go. You'd have had a good time.
Well, I'm glad I didn't go.
Why?
I just am, that's all.
I don't believe it.
Suit yourself, it's a free country.
I bet you're kicking yourself. I could see you looking at him with her. You were green with jealousy.
Look who's talking. You've been the colour of a cucumber ever since he asked me out. Bet or not?
Rubbish.
You have.
I still think you wish you'd gone. And I'd have let you go, so how can I be jealous?
I don't wish I'd gone, Gail.
Why?
I'll tell you when you're 21. You can look at me like that till the cows come home. I'm not telling you anything.
I could report you, to that court.
What court?
It's it's on the continent somewhere, and it's something to do with human rights.
Don't be silly, Reed.
I'm not being silly. I'm human, and it's not right what you're doing to me. You're torturing me. I wouldn't care if it didn't show on your face that you were up to something. You keep smirking to yourself, like you got a feather up your jumper.
Well, report me then. I don't care.
Have you bought house? Have you? Mavis?
Now, come on, Albert, seriously, How old were you when you stopped bothering?
I don't think he has stopped bothering, have you, Uncle Albert? Not judging by the phone calls he gets, anyway.
Oh, shut up, will you?
Sorry.
Well, look, I'll tell you what it is, should I?
We're listening with bated breath.
I thought you listened with your ears.
Shut up.
When a fella's young, he doesn't think much else about out. Well, I mean, young lasses see that he doesn't, don't they? But eventually, he learns a bit of sense and he hardly thinks about it at all. You know what you call that, don't you? Peace of mind. Contentment, that's what they call that.
Well, you've still not answered my question, Albert.
Of course I have. All you've got to do is to reckon from when I started looking contented. Because that's when I stopped bothering about it.
You've never looked contented. Now, come on, Albert, who is she?
Yeah, what did I tell you? All those phone calls.
You can't have a serious talk with anybody these days. And you're always trying to make a joke of everything.
What are they saying to upset you now, Mr. Tatlock?
Just being ignorant as usual.
Albert?
What?
Does what you said apply to women as well as fellas?
I don't see why not. Even women can learn sense.
Mrs. Walker?
Is it?
Would you say that you were contented?
Contented, me? Oh, I'm like a yo-yo. Up one day, down the next.
Fancy!
Did I say something funny?
You know, I've just realised something.
What?
You two haven't spoken for at least a minute. Is that a record between the two of you?
I wouldn't know.
You know, for a couple of best mates, you spend a heck of a lot of time not speaking to one another.
I'm speaking to her, but she's not speaking to me.
Yeah, but she only speaks when it suits her. Ask her a civilised question, you just get a mysterious smile. At least she thinks it's mysterious.
Why should I tell you everything I'm thinking?
Because I'm your best mate, like Elsie says.
No, you're just a nosy Parker, that's
I'm
all.
not nosy, I'm interested.
You're just
concerned.
nosy.
All right, that's enough.
phone's ringing.
Yeah? Oh, I thought it was the cat that had the croup. Answer it, one of you.
It's supposed to be cut off.
Hello, Weatherfield? Oh, yes, hang on. It's Mrs. Birtwistle.
Oh, tell her I'll ring her back when I've had my dinner.
Hello? Yeah, she said she'll ring you back when she's had her dinner. All right, then. Ta-ra. Hey, when did that happen? When did we get put back on again?
When I paid the bill. Oh, you know what a bill is, don't you? It's one of them little bits of paper with writing all over it. Oh, of course you must know. You dish them out of that little shop of yours.
All right, Elsie. Sarcasm is the lowest form of wit.
Oh, was I being sarcastic? I'm very sorry. I'll try to give it you straight if you can stand it. First of all, that bill I paid, I shouldn't have done. It should have been your turn because you use that phone twice as much as I do, at least. So, this after, when you get paid, I want 10 quid off each of you.
Oh, no, Elsie, not this week.
Oh, Elsie, I've got a lot of commitments.
Oh, I can see that you both can see eye to eye when it comes to wiggling out of debts, that is. Look, madam, I mean it. 10 quid apiece of you on the table this tea time.
Right, I'm off to my dinner now.
Oh, well, don't be late back, will you? Because I don't want to be too late going for 9.
Why?
Well, you're a trier, I'll say that for you.
It's not getting me nowhere, though, is it?
No.
Right. I shall just have to rely on that bug I've left behind.
Bug? Oh, you've been seeing too many James Bond films, you have.
All right. Well, I am going to give you a clue. It is somewhere in this shop. Now, that's got you thinking, hasn't it?
That's a heck. Bug indeed.
I'll bet it has. I bet when I go through that door, you look under every shelf and inside every fag packet.
Oh, bitch.
What did I tell you?
Oh, get off with it.
Oh,
hello, Derek.
Hello, Rita.
I told Mavis about Casablanca, but she's already got 2 tickets on a coach to live in St Anne's. Still, that's Mavis, isn't it? Enjoy yourself, lad.
Casablanca. As if.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Do you ever feel like just setting off somewhere? Upping and going?
Often.
Don't think many people do, though, do you?
No.
Up and go?
Doubt it. I mean, it's like racing madly through the dew-jewel grass in your bare feet, isn't it?
Pardon?
Well, that's just something you dream about doing.
Yes.
What did you want to see me about?
Oh, yes, I've made an appointment for us with your Mr. Irwin at Building Society.
Oh.
2 o'clock, all right?
Oh, yes, that's fine. I'm afraid I've been a little bit naughty.
Why?
Well, I called in at that first house that we saw when I was passing this morning, and Mrs. Ashbrook, that's the lady that owns it, said that we can go and see it at dinner time if we want to. It's not jumping the gun, is it?
Well, 'tis a bit. What's it matter, eh? Let's live a little dangerously.
I'm game. Well, I mean, I'm willing. No.
Well, if you can call it a garden, that is. Still, it's always been big enough for us. Mr. Ashbrook's not very interested, you know.
Well, what do you think, Mavis, of the...
Oh, it's very nice, like everything else we've seen.
Big enough, is it?
Oh, yes. I mean, I'm no gardener myself. Well, I mean, I wouldn't have time anyway, working the long hours that I do.
What exactly do you do for a living?
I'm only a shop assistant.
You're definitely not only a shop assistant, Mavis. She is only the number 2 in a very considerable enterprise.
I'm number 2, Derek, because there's just 2 of us. Well, I think we've seen about everything now, haven't we?
Well, I would show you the rest of the estate. Only the guns are out today, as Mr. Ashbrook would say. He thinks he's another Tommy Trindle, as Mr. Ashbrook. Would you like a cup of tea?
Oh, well, that's very kind of you. Sure it's no trouble?
Of course it's no trouble. Come on in.
Is it lovely, Derek?
It's ideal.
So, you're the princess, Mrs. F.
What you want 'em for?
Cup fever.
Come again?
Cup fever, it's coming up to FA Cup time, isn't it?
Oh, football.
Oh, football? Listen, Ken, tell her what football means to lads like me. Tell her it's the icing on the cake, isn't that right?
No, not for me, it isn't, Eddie. Football isn't anything for me except a very simple game whose importance has been inflated beyond reason.
Oh, Come on, what about the drama, the skill, the passion when Duncan Mackenzie gets the ball and goes round one defender and then another and he shoots? What?
Oh, I wish I'd never asked what them rotten boxes were for.
Me too. All right, I can take it in. Oh, I've got a load of rosettes, you know, for the big cup games. I need somewhere to store them.
Yeah, so then you can flog them to scores of misguided kids who'd be far better off spending their Saturday afternoon in an art gallery.
Goodison Park is an art gallery. You've not seen Duncan Mackenzie.
No, I've no desire to. Look, I don't mind people playing soccer. That's what it was invented for, to be played, not watched by mindless millions.
Mindless? You're referring to me, me late dad, 6 uncles and half a dozen cousins.
God, I wish I kept my mouth shut.
Look, professional football smacks far too much of big cars, fat cigars and power for the sake of power to appeal to me. It's a business. It's not a game anymore.
Of course it's a game. You watch Everton coming out the tunnel. Your throat goes dry, tears come in your eyes.
That's mass hysteria.
That is love, Squire.
Look, can we talk about something else? Sex, anything, please.
And that is another thing.
What?
Football's a lot more satisfying than what you've just said. For a start, you're in the fresh air. It's a lot healthier for you.
Oh, sorry about that. I got a bit carried away.
You don't think he's right, do you?
Right?
About what he said about, you know.
Oh, you think of becoming an Everton fan?
Yes, I'm making Fairclough redundant. Well, he's nearly that now.
I don't believe that.
No, he's not. Now, what can I do for you?
Oh, would you believe Christmas decorations? I've got just so much to spend doing up the centre, so might as well start spending it.
Good.
Oh, you're not holding the chair.
Sorry.
I don't like heights, you know. I never have done. Do you know, once I went up Conway Castle and had to be helped down again because I felt faint.
I'm the same. Do you like flying?
Oh, no fear. Just seeing them's enough for me. Just seeing them flying past.
It makes you go all cold, doesn't it?
Me too.
Haven't you two got a lot in common?
Do you like flying, Susie?
Love it.
Since when have you been flying?
There's a lot about my life you don't know. I mean, how long have you known me? A year?
A year too long.
Oh, now look, you two.
Oh, he might fall off his pedestal, mightn't he, Gail?
Oh, I could kill her sometimes.
Oh, she's still feeling a bit vulnerable, ain't she? After what Mr. Baldwin
I could
tried.
kill you all the time. Ask Skewift.
He looks all right for me.
I'm telling you, it's Skewift.
Oh, are you two falling out?
Get lost, Birchall.
Now.
Afternoon, everybody. Well, what a hive of activity this is. You know, I only keep this place home to provide jobs for you two. Oh, here's your wages, compliments of learning. I mean, God knows what you do to earn it.
How about looking smart and attractive for starters? Well, me anyway.
Yeah, I'll go along with that.
I thought you might.
What you doing up there?
I'm helping them trim up, Mr. Baldwin.
Did I say you could?
Yeah?
Oh, well, you better get on with it then. See ya.
See you. What are you two looking at? You know, it's a waste of time getting this week. It's all spoken for.
Why don't you ask Mike for a loan? I'm sure he'd give you one if you're that hard up.
Very probably.
That's a daft thing to say, Gail. He's the last person she'd ask.
Oh, watch it!
Riley?
Thank you.
Do come in.
Thank you, Mr. Irving.
Please sit down.
Why don't you sit?
Now then, Mr. Wilton tells me he thinks he might have a solution to your problem, Miss Riley.
I hope so.
Now, have I got this right, Mr. Wilton? You propose to become joint mortgagee of this property with Miss Riley?
Yes, that's right.
Joint mortgagee?
Yes.
That's all?
Yes.
I see.
It's an investment. Well, it is, isn't it, Mavis? I mean, property is an investment.
Yes, of course. But you would be living there, Miss Riley?
Yes.
I see. Well, what we would want, of course, would be details of your income, Mr. Wilton. We already have Miss Riley.
Well, I've already made a note of them.
Oh, thank you.
In the strictest confidence, naturally.
Absolutely. How much is the asking price of this property?
£6,000.
And you were requiring... How big a mortgage were you thinking of?
Don't know.
90%.
Yes.
That's 5,400.
Quite. Well, that doesn't seem to be out of the question, not so far as your joint income is concerned.
There. I said it'd make all the difference. Didn't I say that, Mavis?
Yes, you did, Derek.
Yes, well, you'd better have another application form, hadn't you? If you'll just excuse me.
Yes. Closer. Ever closer.
Yes.
Are you coming home?
I can't, unless we shut shop.
Where's Mavis?
Missing again. Second time today.
Where's she gone?
You search me, she don't tell me.
Well, she should tell you. You're supposed to be a flipping boss, aren't you?
I never used to doubt that, till recently. For I suspect the worm is turning.
Mavis.
Mavis.
Unless us stores got hold of her, have they?
Come again?
You know, the union. Shop workers.
Oh, no. She's anti-union, is Mavis. You Scanlon frightens her. She don't mind Len Murray. Thinks he's got sad eyes. No, it's something she's up to with that Derek.
It's about time.
No, Dad.
What then?
I think she's bought house, or buying one.
I'll believe that when I see it. How long's she supposed to be?
Oh, she won't be long.
Make us a cup of tea then. Eh?
Right. Len, I've decided I'd like to start watching football.
Hey?
Well, they say it's very satisfying.
It is. We'll go to Main Road Saturday.
Thought you might say that.
So that's agreed then?
Yeah.
And no backing out last minute?
No, I said.
Right. Hey, and I'm sorry.
What for?
Well, I've been a bit of a bitch all day, but you will keep going on about you-know-who.
Yeah, well, I won't anymore. He's a closed subject.
Good.
I would like to know what you feel, though.
Gail?
Sorry.
Now, don't forget, united we stand.
United we stand.
Oh. Good blimey, what a day. Thank goodness that's over. Oh, one row after another. As if doing your work isn't enough without all that aggro. I wonder if fellas go on like that with each other at work like women do. Are you two still not speaking to one another?
Who's speaking?
Oh, well, that's somewhat at least. That'd knock your heads together if you hadn't been. What's for tea?
We got some undercut.
Undercut? You must be very well. Oh, yes, of course, I've forgotten it's payday, isn't it?
Yeah, and my rent's on the sideboard.
And
Elsie.
mine.
Your rent?
Yeah, on the sideboard. And there's an extra £1 towards the telephone bill.
And one from me, too.
I said an extra £10.
Yeah, well, you see, we thought if we paid you an extra £1 a week each for 10 weeks, it'd work out the same in the long run.
Yeah, it does in the long run.
I'm sorry, £10 I said and £10 I meant.
Elsie, we can't afford it in lump sum. We're skint, honestly.
You can't get blood out of a stone, Elsie.
Oh, can't I?
What are you doing?
I'm cutting us off again.
Elsie, don't be daft.
Daft, am I? I'd be daft if I let you go and owe me £20 for 10 weeks, wouldn't I?
No, first 18, then 16 and so on.
Yeah.
Look, this phone is not important to me, and I said £20. Now, I've told you it's not important, but I can do without it. Can you?
Elsie, you know it's our lifeline.
It's like an umbilical cord to the outside world.
Hey?
Yeah, there might be someone now waiting to put the finger in the dial to dial us.
Yeah, like a bloke.
Like a bloke. You can have my £10.
Traitor.
I haven't been out for 2 weeks. I might as well be dead without that phone.
All right.
Thank heavens that's settled. Give us a shout when tea's ready, will you?
You do know she was only bluffing. She needs the phone just as much as we do.
I can't afford to take the risk. I don't get invited out to dinner by the boss.
There you go again.
Well...
There we are. A pint for the lovely Len and a scotch for the ratty Baldwin.
Isn't she marvellous?
I think she ought to be nationalised myself.
What, like the gasworks, you mean?
You know, you're dicing with death, Leonard. Just ask him how it's ruined his life having me for an enemy.
Oh, come on, Bet. We're not enemies.
We are.
Are they ever going to be forgiven?
Oh, dear, listen to him, little boy lost. Me hating him, young Susie standing him up. What a harsh, cruel world it's suddenly turned out to be for rich, personable moneybags Baldwin.
I can take just about so much, you know.
Well, we'll have to see just how much, won't we?
Bet,
Yes, Mrs. Walker.
don't you think you're carrying this feud a little too far?
No.
He's one of our best customers, you know.
He also did a very dirty trick on me, Mrs. Walker.
Bet, dear, you rather asked for it, as I remember. Anyway, one of the rules of good business is that you should never let your personal life interfere with it. A broken heart, maybe, but a public face, always. So please be a little less offensive to Mr. Baldwin in working hours, if you don't mind.
Yes, Mrs. Walker. Your change, sir.
What's got into you?
Oh, don't worry. This is just my public face. As soon as Mrs. Walker's gone, I shall probably smash you about the head with a pint bottle. And if she's got any sense, young Susie will do the same.
Oh, I don't think Susie's likely to get that steamed up about me, but at least not in that way, if you get my meaning.
Tolo, thank you. For all.
Where the hell
hell have you been all afternoon?
I'm sorry I'm late.
You're sorry? What do you think I am? I've been waiting to go home. It was my turn to finish early today, you know. Len's been and gone. You don't look so sorry.
Well, I am.
Well, try looking it then.
I can't.
Why can't you? Are you still being shifty about wherever it is you're up to?
I haven't been shifty.
You have. So what are you up to?
Me and Derek are buying a house. Well, nearly.
Eh?
Me and Derek are going to buy a house if the Building Society will give us a mortgage.
You and Derek?
Yes.
I thought you weren't trying to buy one on your own.
Oh, well, I can't, can I? Because I don't earn enough.
So where does he come in?
Well, he offered.
He offered what?
To help me to buy the house, to help me with the mortgage. Be it a joint mortgagee, if you want the official term.
Why?
Well, what do you mean, why?
I mean, why?
Well, it's an investment, isn't it? I mean, property is an investment. What are you grinning at?
Oh, Mavis, an investment.
Well, what other reason could he have?
It's his way of proposing, isn't it?
Don't be silly, Rita.
You think about it while you're doing them evening papers. Just think about it. An investment, indeed. All depends what you mean by investment, don't it?
Yes, and you can invest in more great drama. Do join us for another classic episode of Coronation Street at the same time tomorrow. Well, next tonight, Cilla Black and the team work hard to bring us surprise. That's in just a moment.